Now launching the dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
At some point, you just have to, there's a protective layer that forms around you of saying, if I don't laugh at this stuff, I'm going to be miserable. So you have to find a way to find some humor in it.
That's like this show.
Exactly.
I'm going to be miserable if I take him seriously. That's why I love to listen to, what's his name? On the Fan.
Yeah.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach?
No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak. And I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole.
I'll keep it in the room.
Stop breathing. It used to be a lot longer.
The numbers don't lie.
Bah! Bah!
This is Stupid. This is Man and Beau.
Happy Halloween!
Ooh. Oh, hello.
Oh, Lori Schmidt is here.
Lori Schmidt here
Nice.
for Halloween.
You think Lori likes to dress up for Halloween?
I love
trick-or-treating?
ghouls and goblins.
Sure. She does. She likes Harry Potter and all that stuff, right?
That's right. Happy Halloween. Happy Thursday. Good to see you, Bone.
Good to see you, man.
Teddy, glad you're back today. How was your day off yesterday?
I'm doing good, Mike.
Never misses a beat. I love it. It's great.
Who were you dressed up as for Halloween, Teddy?
A professional producer.
That's all right. That's right. Look at that. See, that's why it's a
right.
costume, because it's not usually professional.
I'm not wearing my costume in here.
Oh, you have a costume?
I do.
What's your costume?
Well, I'll say it to you this way.
Okay.
I'm Bodie Wells. I'm gonna be Bodie for Halloween.
So you're going to wear shorts and Notre Dame stuff?
Yes.
Okay, good. Or Dallas
Talk
Cowboys
about the
stuff.
Cowboys.
Or Celtics stuff. Those are his three things.
And not eat fast food.
Doesn't eat fast food.
No.
Doesn't eat.
It's going to be offered to me. I'm going to turn it down.
One of the healthiest people here.
Very healthy.
I mean, at least, on the out, I don't know. I don't see his medical charts, but outwardly.
He's a huge heroin addict outside of here.
I don't think so.
My guy.
The man couldn't remember if he'd had a beer before. I don't think it's like.
That's what happens to heroin addicts. They forget.
Right? Okay. I didn't know.
But well, around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg coming up at 3:34. Degenerate T-Bone in the 4 o'clock hour. We will, look, I know that this is very controversial, but we do have some political ads to play during the show today.
We do. Yeah.
Not about anyone running for election. For election?
Running for office.
Running for office, I guess. But about people who work here at the Fan. So we'll have some political ads for those people.
Hang tight for those.
Jackets shut out the Islanders last night. Elvis.
Let's talk about it.
Let me tell you something.
Let's talk about it.
That was quite a performance, and you know what this means? Next time out, in the first period, he leaves because he has some sort of explosive diarrhea. No, that's always what happens with Elvis.
He's turned a page,
You
Mike.
say, oh, he's getting it now, and then he's got SARS, and he's gone for a while.
You know what? He's had 2 games in a row. That Edmonton game, he was rolling, right? Was doing pretty well.
Yes, he was good.
And then he had, like 30 seconds to go, there was a goal that went in, and he, smacked his stick on the crossbar, was pretty upset he didn't get the shutout. And I saw that Dean Evison kind of, grabbed him after the game, and I guess the next day before practice, too. And they had a couple conversations about, hey, man, the biggest goal here is winning, not you getting a shutout. They were going to win that game no matter what. And they didn't like the fact it felt like he was maybe showing up to teammates. But I always look at that personally. I understand the hockey guys have to do their thing. Coaches have to do their thing. Me as a fan, I say, I'm glad he's fired up. At least he gets fired up when he's that close to getting a shutout and doesn't get it. A lot of guys don't even care about that stuff. They just don't. They're like robots. They don't even care. At least with him, he does care. And then last night he played out of his mind again. And the team in front of him did too. I'm not saying it's just him. Everybody had to contribute when you get a shutout like that. He acknowledged that after the game, said it's great for the team. It wasn't just me. So this is good stuff from the Jackets right now.
I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. I mean, there were hairy moments in that game. Look, you're going to win games all sorts of different ways. Not every single night you're going to go out there and score 6 goals. You'd like to, but that's not realistic. So there were points, especially in that second period, where the Islanders controlled everything and Elvis had to stand on his head. But you know what? They've won back-to-back games. They're now officially above 500. Rimmer said it yesterday. If the season ended today, they're a playoff team. Yay! So there's that.
That's right.
All right. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen when this team has an extended road trip. What?
Road trip has
to go out west, which I think is coming soon, isn't it? One more home game, and then
they've had a lot of home games here to start off.
Yeah, then
the
out
season.
west. But I'm very cautiously optimistic about what we're seeing so far. One thing that we can say for sure, right? Now, the season isn't over. Obviously, it just started. But one thing we can say for sure was Pascal Vincent a bad head coach.
Dude. Yeah, I mean, you look at what this team had last year versus this year talent-wise. That's why we said before the season, after everything that had happened, Boone Jenner gets injured, we know all the rest. We said, guys, this is going to be a tough year. This doesn't look on paper like a team that's going to be very good. That to me is why, and maybe, again, if you want to say we were wrong on that, that's fine. Us and everyone else who looked at this team was wrong about that.
Still could be a tough year.
Here's what I'm getting to. If you can be a 500 hockey team throughout most of the months of the season, I understand that they're going to have probably a dip at some point. They got a lot of young players. Now they've got guys who played a lot of minutes who are young because of the way this organization's been the last few years, but they still have a lot of young guys that are going to have their ups and downs. That's okay for me. What I'm saying is they play hard every night so far that we've seen. Have you seen a game where you said, man, they just came out and laid a complete egg? Maybe there's been one so far this year.
No, not a whole game. There have been moments.
There's moments, yeah, but how many times did we say last year where it was like, you know what?
Oh,
for
absolutely.
5 minutes, they looked decent, and then the rest of the game, it was like they were just skating around.
Yeah, it was one of those games?
Night and day difference.
The home opener last year.
Yes, and that is, to me, an indictment of coaching last year. We said it last year that was probably something within 10 games you knew. Pascal Vincent ain't the guy. I mean, they didn't want him to be the guy, right? They wanted Mike Babcock, and then that blew up in their face, and so they had to just go to option guy who's here.
One guy wanted Mike Babcock.
Well, fair enough.
He's gone now.
Yarmo wanted that. Right.
But again, they approved it.
This is an indictment of what this organization thought, right? It was a bad plan last year. They had to settle for Pascal Vincent, and then they couldn't admit that was flawed and move on from him. They just wrote out the whole season for no reason with that guy.
You know who's coming tomorrow?
Who's that?
Winnipeg.
Oh, yeah.
Best team in the NHL. They're 9-1, baby.
That's right.
They are 9-1, 18 points on the season. They're coming in here tomorrow. Take it to the bank.
Take it to the bank.
Take it to the bank.
Take what to the bank?
You know what I'm taking.
I don't know what you're taking. Are you taking Jackets? Oh, yeah.
Jackets time.
Let's go.
I'm feeling it.
I love it. You know what, though? This team should feel confident. Last night you're going up against Varlamov, like you're going up against their best dudes. They're not just now rolling out their crappy goaltender whenever they roll into Columbus, are they? They're starting to realize, hey, we got to start putting our best guys out there.
You know what I like to on that first goal, which was the only real goal because, well, I actually had no real goals. You had 2 goals, none of them were real.
What does that mean?
That son of a bitch isn't real.
Okay.
Severson throws the puck at the net.
Yeah.
Goes off someone's skate. Goes in. Right?
Still
when
counts.
I say of course it does. When I say it's not a real goal, I mean
it wasn't someone slicing through a defense and then just making a tremendous shot.
Severson did something that you and I get frustrated about sometimes, which is he just put the puck on the net.
Yeah.
Because sometimes things take a weird bounce. There's a strange rebound, and someone's sitting right there to tap it in. And then, of course, you had the empty netter.
Yeah, right.
Danforth with the empty netter?
I believe so, yeah. But that was, and I love, too, by the way, all the NHL teams now are like 3 minutes to go, empty net time, because they're all looking at the stats.
That's fine.
Well, at least we figure it out. We find out if there's a chance or not. But I will say on that, the amount of times we have watched this Jackets team try to be too cute, too fancy, too everything. They get power plays that don't give them any opportunities. They get chances in the offensive zone. They have time in the offensive zone, but they don't actually do anything with it because they never put the puck towards the net. And it's like, they were just clogging up lanes. Great. Fire it at them. And then maybe every time those guys dive and they're like, this is the 15th time I've taken one in the ribs. Maybe the next time they don't get down as quick and it skirts through and it gets in. This is the point of actually trying to play some type of energetic, offensive-minded hockey, which I'm glad to see the Jackets want to do this year.
Rimmer was talking about it yesterday, and I'll give him credit. You know, he was talking about the guys on the blue line just, pinching forward and playing offense.
Yeah.
Werenski wants to do that all the time. Severson's doing. Provorov is doing it. I don't know if they're given instruction. I don't know if it's just, we're going to do this now. I'm sure they're given instruction. What the hell am I talking about?
Well, but you know what, though? Sometimes they're given permission. You know what I mean? Like you can have a coach who says, "Hey, I don't mind it if I liked it when you did that. That's good that you went up that way. Go ahead and do it again." Like
I like how Everson yelled at Elvis too.
Yeah,
not about you.
He's setting up again. I'm glad Elvis has that fire. Wouldn't that be a concern? The guy has a massive contract. He knows a lot of people in this market and in that front office want him gone. And yet he's fired up to play. I know it's probably for himself. I know it's like most professional athletes, right? I mean, I don't blame the guy, but he was mad that he didn't get his shutout. And I don't think that's even mad at the rest of the team. I think it's more mad at himself. But either way, it's not the way that the Jackets want that to go. He's had that problem before. He's been yelled at by previous coaches for that. But he seemed to have the right attitude yesterday when it came down to it. And by the way, you go like that and you have one goal or no goals against for multiple games in a row, everyone's going to kind of realize that we just have to deal with this guy, and that will be a very good thing for the Jackets.
So, World Series last night. Dodgers win the World Series after the Yankees crapped themselves. They were up 5-0. That was one hell of a bad inning, wasn't it?
That fifth inning was atrocious.
My God.
I mean, nothing to me typified it more than you have a routine ground ball to first base. Rizzo is 10 feet, if that, from the bag. And he's expecting, as he's seeing the ball into his glove, that I'm going to just, reach up here and then toss this to a pitcher who's going to be on the run. He's setting himself to make that throw. And he looks up for Garrett Cole. And Garrett Cole's just standing there going, "What? You're 10 feet from the bag. Just run it over there and tag the bag." And neither of them did anything.
And they're two veterans who are just looking at each other.
Yeah. In a game where you can't make any mistakes, they've already made mistakes that inning. You let another run go in. I mean, that was. I have to say, as I was watching that, I didn't really want to root for the Dodgers, and I wasn't because they eliminated my team, the Mets. But I really love watching the Yankees lose.
But I'm told
that was quite sweet.
That's extra sweet, though, is when your team loses to the team that wins the World Series.
No, I don't. I don't care about that.
Okay.
What I care about is if my team were in the World Series and then also would have beaten the Yankees, that would have been awesome. But they didn't. But I did take some solace in watching the Yankees fans who are just. Like, I don't know. They showed their whole ass this series, didn't they? The fans, there's lots of videos of them in the stadium just like, "Yeah, you're in New York now. Get ready for it." And it's like, get ready for what? For your team to crap itself? Great. Good job. See you in 5.
Better
That's
team
bad.
won. Right? Freddie Freeman was awesome. That was the least dramatic MVP vote of all time.
Oh, of course.
Who's the MVP of the series? Freddie Freeman. Why? Homered in every game.
Didn't even need to take a poll, really. You just should have just said, we're not even going to ask. We already know.
Isn't it bizarre, though? Throughout the history of the World Series, any team who goes up 3-0, the series has never gotten past Game 5.
I didn't realize that.
Yes.
I know it obviously had never gotten to a Game 7.
Never gotten past Game 5. And it looked like it was going to last night, obviously, when the Yankees jumped out to a 5-0 lead.
Well, yeah. That looked pretty good for them, but then
not.
I don't know if that's just mental or if it's just random coincidence, but either way, they crapped themselves in a big way, and the Dodgers deserve this. It's not like the Dodgers weren't applying pressure. They're putting the ball in play, and the Yankees are making mistakes.
We had Make-A-Wish last night. We'll talk about it next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a 40-minute slowdown due to an accident that's blocking 2 right lanes. If you're traveling on southbound 270 on the west outer belt after Cemetery Road, it is stop and go from Tuttle Crossing Boulevard. And keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle that's on westbound 670 at I-70. This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now in the meat department, you can save big on bone-in pork back ribs. They're on sale for just $3.49 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Here, care is where you need it. With over 350 primary care providers in Central Ohio, expert care is minutes away. See how we care for all of you at mountcarmelforyou.com.
We all know Central Ohio's growing fast. It's making traffic worse and life more expensive. That's why voting yes on Issue 47 is so important. Issue 47 will help folks get to work faster and cheaper by creating CODA Rapid Bus Service. That means more routes, better hours, and more reliable service. That will expand access to transportation for everyone in our community, from the elderly to the disabled, to veterans and students. And Issue 47 will make our neighborhoods safer and more walkable by building 500 miles of sidewalks, trails, and bikeways. When we pass Issue 47, we'll get $1 billion in matching funds from the federal government to pay for it. We're already sending our tax dollars to D.C. Let's bring some of that money home to help our community. Issue 47 means safer neighborhoods and a better quality of life for our families. It's an easy call. Vote yes on Issue 47. Paid for by moving Central Ohio forward.
Get your ex to the lodge for the freshest menu additions. Spice up your wing order with new sauces featuring the chicken tikka or spicy chili crisp. Or try our famous flatbreads with the backyard barbecue brisket or chicken tikka. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Beau Bishop here. Join us for the Make a Difference Gala, High Bank Distillery, November 12th. It's bourbon, food, and fun with Brady Quinn, Bobby Carpenter, and me. The gala benefits the Third and Goal Foundation, making a difference in the lives of veterans. Get your tickets today at 971thefan.com. 21 or older, please drink responsibly.
Attention, small business or sole proprietors. Do you want to save money on health care for your business? Be able to cover your employees with the best dental, doctors, and hospitals? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for the SACA Benefit Plan. Nearly 100,000 members strong in the state of Ohio. The SACA Benefit Plan is administered by Anthem and could be right for you. Small businesses, visit 844medohio.com. That's medohio.com. The SACA Benefit Plan could be right for you. Visit 844medohio.com.
Active military or veteran planning your next career move? Start at Columbus State Community College. When companies like Intel need to fill thousands of new jobs in Central Ohio, they hire Columbus State graduates. Our engineering technology programs equip you with skills and experience to launch a high-tech career in Columbus's fast-growing fields. And our veteran services team will help you maximize your benefits and connect to a supportive campus community. Take the first step. Apply at cscc.edu/engineering-tech.
A vote for Sherrod Brown is a vote against Donald Trump. Sherrod Brown has spent 31 years in Washington, D.C., backing radical liberal policies.
Late-term partial birth abortion, where the baby is partially delivered alive. Trans biological men in girls' sports and bathrooms. Puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for children. Amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants.
Brown's liberal policies are the opposite of the Trump agenda, and Brown would oppose Trump at every turn. To undo the damage of the last 4 years, President Trump and Ohio need Republican Bernie Moreno in the Senate. 6 more years of Sherrod Brown? He's for they, them, not you. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Low energy, brain fog, or bloating? Your body might need a detox. Active Liver from New Nordic makes it easy to help your liver detox your body all year long without major changes to your diet or lifestyle.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Time now to check in on your weather impact forecast for today. We are tracking a strong cold front moving into the region. We will be looking at some scattered showers late this evening. That could impact any trick-or-treating plans. Things dry up after 10 o'clock. Tonight we get down to around 45 degrees. Tomorrow, much colder with a high of 60 with plenty of sunshine. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Happy to be wrong, which is good because they're always wrong. This is Man and Bone.
You know what I'm doing tonight?
What are you doing tonight?
Well, I'm taking the kid trick-or-treating. You know, raining, not raining, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's going out. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
Then afterwards, I'm sitting down and I'm cracking open an ice-cold Coors Light. Nothing's better after an evening of soaking wet trick-or-treating with your 7.5-year-old that's dressed like a Rockford peach. Than sitting down and having a Coors Light. No, I wish when I sat down and put on the football game tonight, I wasn't watching the Jets again on national television. Enough with the Jets! I may have an extra Coors Light just so I can forget that I'm watching the Jets. But if you're like me, enjoy a Coors Light after trick-or-treat. It's the official beer of Halloween. Who's going to sue me for that?
Halloween?
Who owns Halloween? Nobody.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Nope. I'm going to say Coors Light, the official beer of Halloween. 21 means 21. Please drink responsibly. It's political ad season. So we decided to make some political ads about people who work here at the radio station. I've not heard these. And by we, I mean other people have made political ads. Who do you want to start with? There's one about me.
Well, you can start
There's
with
one about you. There's
one
of Timmy, Teddy, and Jen.
Yeah, we can start with you.
Right,
Go ahead.
He calls himself the common man. But would a common man live in a gated community? I don't think so. What is he hiding? The Washington Tribune says common man doesn't want anyone to know about his massive hemorrhoids. When a self-proclaimed common man hides behind a gate and won't tell you about his painful bottom ailments, it makes you wonder, what else is common man hiding?
The Committee for Transparency regarding public figures' hemorrhoids is responsible for the content of this ad.
Just like a regular political ad, that's full of lies.
It is.
First of all, I don't have a gated community, but maybe one day.
That's not what
I'll get there. I'll save up for that gate.
Mike, I heard it on the radio.
Fine.
So it's got to be true.
I am very open and honest about my hemorrhoids.
Fake news.
I've talked about them here for a long time. Actually, just a couple weeks ago, I was doing a little washy back there, and I said, "Ooh, hello, friend. Hello, friends. Jim Nance hemorrhoid here."
From what I understand, though, you still haven't released your medical record, so
I'll spread right now. You can look at it. What about you? What about a political ad for you?
There's one in there for me.
When it comes to making analogies, no one is worse than T-Bone.
When you see a bird and his wing is there and you step on it, that's basically like the Ohio State offense right now.
Maybe that makes sense for his friends in Washington, but it's not right for Ohio. And what's worse, T-Bone thinks it's okay for your kids to play soccer? Is this guy a communist? This November, give T-Bone the red card of freedom and vote him off our airwaves.
Paid for by Bobby Carpenter.
Bob paid for that himself?
You know, Bob's got money.
Wow.
He's got the heating and cooling and all the other stuff he's doing. He played in the NFL. He can afford a political ad. Doesn't surprise me. He's got his own pack.
Timmy's here.
God. Oh, Timmy, what are you doing?
Timmy's got the sunglasses
things?
on.
He walked in today with his sunglasses on, which is a fine look for you. You look great. You do look great. I'm not denying that.
But there's a caveat. There's a catch.
We know that when you wear those sunglasses, you can't see anything.
No.
You didn't drive with those on.
God, no.
Just picture he pulls in, it's like, looking great, guys. And it's like 3 parked cars are just over there with like big side swipes.
I take care of the deer problem, though.
I bet you do.
Who's that, Frankie Coleman? No, Timmy. Right. Hitting parked cars. Hey, you're not off the hook with the political ads, too, Timmy. There's one for you.
There is.
Right.
Oh, boy.
So many politicians these days are full of hot air, but no one has more hot air than Tim Hall.
I drank the special sauce for him one day.
No one knows what he's talking about.
The ticket for enjoying cold ones on the sand.
Sounds like some of his Washington bureaucrat babble to me.
I even love my handle. It's weighted. It's ergonomic. Mine is a bright orange. It wakes me up in the morning, too.
Does Tim Hall sound like leadership Ohio can trust?
Paid for by Tyvis Powell.
Yeah, see? Tyvis wants you off the air.
My only friend has turned on me.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Hey, Teddy.
Teddy's in there.
Yeah.
There's one for you, too. Yeah,
no.
One for you, too. You didn't think we were actually going to do a regular show today, did you? No. Here you go.
Panama Ted. He's been hiding behind that nickname forever. But did you know Panama Ted isn't even from Panama? What's worse, Panama Ted doesn't even know where Panama is on a map. He once told a group of school children that Panama is in Europe.
And I'd do it again.
It's time to say hasta luego to Panama Ted.
The committee to keep it from getting too hot is responsible for the content of this ad.
See, Teddy? You're lying about Panama.
Yeah.
I'd do it again.
Don't do that. Don't lie to school children, Ted.
Was that Ted's voice or was that you doing Ted's voice?
No, that was Ted's voice. Who's you? This is a
Who made these, Timmy?
Timmy.
Is
this
the bid over?
This is a pack that is out there that we know nothing
the too
about.
hot pack.
Shadow money probably coming from a foreign government trying to throw this election.
We have one more.
That's who's doing this.
Twisting words.
One more for F-bomb Jen Winters.
When most people go to the Memorial Golf Tournament, they walk around and generally don't fall down. But not Jen Winters. She's fallen over not once, but twice at one of Central Ohio's favorite events. How can Jen Winters be fit for leadership when she can't even walk around without stumbling? Jen Winters, probably drunk, definitely wrong for Ohio.
Paid for by Jack Nicklaus.
That's right. Let me tell you something here, T-Bone. I just walked back in that office over there.
Yeah.
Jack Nicklaus here.
Yeah.
I just walked back in that office over there, and I heard Jen Winters talking about how delicious circus peanuts are.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
So this broad doesn't like bacon on anything, hates bacon, anti-American. But her go-to Halloween candy is circus peanuts?
It doesn't make any sense.
That's ridiculous.
Jack, I got to tell you.
Yeah, you got to tell me what.
I think I'm coming to see your side of things, Jack.
Oh, on Jen?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think you got me convinced.
I think he does.
Circus peanuts.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Those are ridiculous. You can't be a real person and enjoy circus peanuts.
Will you ever have circus peanuts out there at the memorial? I know you have milkshakes and all kinds of great food. Will you ever offer?
So I gotta tell you,
because I'd like to buy me some circus peanuts at the old golf game. You know what I'm saying?
The chef once wanted to do a circus peanut milkshake, and I said none of that.
Good.
None of it.
Good.
Jack,
we gotta go. Adam Rittenberg's coming up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Don't even get me started on that guy.
Not your guy?
Adam Rittenberg?
Adam's great. I love Adam. He's got all kinds of good news out there. Good Big Ten news. We'll talk about it.
He drives a stick shift.
What's wrong with that?
Who drives a stick?
He's preserving.
What year is it? What are you, a trucker?
He's preserving manual transmissions. That's the right way to go.
Double clutching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm clutching.
Why?
Stop the steal. Bye.
All right. Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg coming up next. What's the matter with you?
Got something in my eye. I'm sorry.
All right. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to find traffic is stop and go and causing a 10-minute delay on southbound 270 on that east outer belt between Main Street and I-70. And you're looking at a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Shop Meyer this week for monster deals and spooky savings. Save on bulk Fuji or Gala apples, just 99 cents a pound. From creepy to just plain silly, our huge selection of Halloween costumes for the entire family are now 25% off. You'll be the favorite house on the block when you hand out Halloween snack or jumbo-sized candy. Buy 2 bags, get 1 free. And Halloween tree pails are only $1 each. Shop these frighteningly good deals and more in-store or in the Meyer app. Exclusions apply.
The Christmas cash giveaways now at UDF. With UDrive Plus, 1 in 7 can play to win prizes instantly, including $1,000 weekly by buying specially marked items at UDF. No purchase necessary. Visit udrivecontest.com for official rules.
Hey, it's Anthony. If you want to make the best deal in town on a new Honda, make sure you visit my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. They're on Sawmill Road, just south of 270. And Rich tells me you're going to get 1.90% APR up to 60 months on most new 24s and 25 Hondas. They'll give you the details. Of course, you'll get same-day service, no appointment needed. And how about an extra $1,000 for your trade if you have a 2014 or newer vehicle? All with the great people at Germain Honda of Dublin.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
Looking for a trusted heating and cooling company? James Laurinaitis here for Custom Air. When I come home from a football game, I know that I'm walking into comfort. That's because Custom Air is on my team. When Custom Air does my semi-annual maintenance checkup, I trust them to spot any issues early on, so it'll save me money down the road. Don't let your HVAC call for a timeout this season. Tackle fall and winter like a pro. Go to customairco.com and schedule your maintenance today. Custom solutions, custom comfort, Custom Air.
Join Skip Mossick, Paul Keels, and Jim Lachey for 2 whole hours of scarlet and gray goodness.
Thank you, football guy.
Buckeye Roundtable, Monday night at 6.
Presented by Burger King.
Your flagship home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan.
Hey, it's Common Man and T-Bone. We've got an appearance coming up at our favorite place to do all our banging, Hollywood Casino Columbus.
We're going to be live Friday, November 1st at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside the casino for the top 5 matchup in Happy Valley.
Plus, you can win tickets to the big college football game in Columbus featuring our friends from the Hoosier State on November 23rd. We're giving those away this Friday.
The key is Friday. Come or you're dead to us. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We've seen it before. Politicians and lobbyists playing games, drawing voting maps to keep power in their hands, not ours. Courts have ruled Ohio's voting districts unconstitutional 7 times, while our communities have been left out again and again. But this November, you have a chance to change that with Issue 1. Issue 1 will make it illegal for politicians to manipulate voting districts for themselves or their own party. Instead, it creates an open, transparent process where a diverse group of citizens, not politicians, will draw the lines. No more backroom deals, no more gerrymandering, just fairer maps that represent our communities. Issue 1 gives you and me the power to ensure everyone's vote counts. This is about real change, a chance to end the games and make our voices heard. So vote yes on Issue 1, fair representation, and power to the people. Paid for by citizens, not politicians.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. If your fall is anything like the people in my neighborhood, your weekends are full of driving kids to endless soccer things. So if you're going to be on the road, be as comfortable as possible. 4 out of 5 doctors recommend a new Lexus. That's not true, but I recommend it. Deal time, 2.99% finance rate on a 2024 RX. That's madness. 4.49% finance rate for a 2025 NX. And you can get up to $5,000 lease cash for a 2024 RX. Check them out online, GermainLexus.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Your undisputed leader in talking about nothing. This is Man and Bone.
Ted, where's my open, Ted?
Now see,
Common Man and T-Bone present Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg.
Sponsored by Able Roof. Call Able for the proof. 444-ROOF.
Did you honestly say you were dressed up as a professional producer today? Is that what you said?
I lied. Yeah, that was the costumes belying the truth here.
Our guy, Adam Rittenberg, covers all things college football for ESPN. He joins us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Happy Halloween, Adam.
Happy Halloween, guys.
Great day in my neighborhood. Great day, hopefully, in your neighborhood. So let's talk some college football.
Fantastic. All right. So what was I going to say? Oh, USC. USC, they're 4-4. They're bad. They play Washington. They're 4-4. Not necessarily the start that they wanted, both these programs in the Big Ten. But I saw that Lincoln Riley, again, is doing the thing that all great coaches do when they struggle, which is pick fights with the media and start limiting access. How hot is the seat for Lincoln Riley now?
Well, they can't. I mean, you never say can't, but it would be very difficult financially for them to move on from Lincoln Riley. So I think if Lincoln wants to be back next year, he'll be back next year, really regardless of how these final few games go. But, it certainly hasn't been the start that a lot of people were hoping for in the Big Ten, and they've lost some games they were in position to win. And, they could still finish strong. I think they performed better last week against Rutgers. They could still spoil Notre Dame's chance to get to the playoff at the end. But, I think the tangible progress that USC was hoping for in year one, hasn't shown up. And, it does seem to be more tense around USC given those late game struggles. And obviously their access is changing. But I really don't think that USC is in a position like Texas A&M was last year to pay a record buyout to get rid of Lincoln Riley.
I'm guessing that when people put the schedule together for the Big Ten, they looked at that USC-Washington game and said that could be a good one, and it's not living up to the billing. They probably also looked at Oregon going to Michigan. Could be a really interesting game, and I guess it still could be, but Oregon's kind of shown that no matter what you throw at them from the Big Ten so far, they've been up to the challenge. This Michigan team is 14.5-point dogs here. I don't think it's likely that Oregon loses this game, but is there a chance they maybe slip up a little bit against a physical Michigan team?
Well, I think it'll be interesting to see, how they start the game, because they've been so dominant here the last couple of weeks. 35-3 outscored Illinois. Last week they were 21-0. First three drives were touchdowns, I should say, against Purdue. And as someone on the staff there told me, after the Illinois game, like, we just got to put together a complete game. And maybe this is a game where they don't start off as hot. And how do they deal with that type of adversity? I do think that whether it's this week, guys, or in a couple of weeks when they go to Madison, we are going to see Oregon deal with some adversity. That's just what teams in year one in a new conference, you typically see that at least once on the road. And so, I don't know if Michigan really found something, truly sustainable in the second half last week against MSU, but I did think that Davis Warren played better and the offense looked a little bit more dynamic, and they're obviously very talented at certain positions. So they are the type of team that can give Oregon some trouble, but man, Oregon has really, since the Ohio State game, truly looked like a machine out there.
Around the Big Ten with ESPN's Adam Rittenberg. So we have Indiana, who is unblemished so far, 8-0. They head to the road. We keep looking for potential trip-ups for Indiana. They're going to Sparty. They're going to Michigan State. Clearly, Indiana's the better team here, but they're going on the road. Michigan State's coming off of that emotional performance last week against Michigan. Is there a chance that Indiana loses their first game this weekend?
Yeah, there is. Again, this Michigan State team, yes, they're 4-4, but you look at their schedule overall, which has not been easy. Even a non-conference road game against Boston College, which is an improved team, but then you had Ohio State and Oregon back-to-back. So they've responded pretty well. I mean, they had an impressive home win, I should say, 2 weeks ago against Iowa, a good defense, scoring more than 30 points against Iowa. And, Indiana, we'll see about Curtis Rourke. Is he back? If he is he fully healthy? Are they able to dominate the first quarter like they have all season against Michigan State, which has some pretty good offensive skill and a pretty good defense as well under Joe Rossi. So I think this is a tricky one potentially for Indiana. They're obviously better than Michigan State or have performed better, but it wouldn't shock me if Michigan State takes this one into the fourth quarter and becomes that first team, guys, to really give Indiana some adversity. Northwestern did a little bit, but then Indiana just scored quickly and ended that one. I do wonder up on the road that this is a potential trouble spot for Indiana before Michigan comes in.
Helps if I turn my microphone on. Adam, I know you're going to be at the Ohio State-Penn State game, and before we get to talking about the actual game itself, I've heard a lot of people, and rightfully so, a lot of people mad about the fact that this isn't a night game. This is one of the marquee matchups in college football all year. It's two top 5 teams. when you talk to people around the business side of college football and they see that the Big Ten with this big noon kickoff has locked in like that, do they get a sense, is that a thing that people are saying is a big concern for the Big Ten down the road, that some of their marquee matchups aren't going to be highlighted in the same way that they would be maybe if there was a different TV deal there?
Well, I think if the ratings show that, then people will get worried, but I just don't think the ratings are going to show that or have shown that. And, again, I work for ESPN, but credit to Fox for really making that early window its own and branding it in a way and marketing it in a way. So, unless Ohio State, Penn State doesn't do a great number in comparison to, say, Georgia, Texas, or some of the Ohio State, Oregon, those types of games that have taken place later in the day, I think you're going to continue to see this window, be a featured spot for Fox, which has been the Big Ten's top TV partner. Now, I would say this: if you're the road team, you love this. You love the fact that your maybe toughest game of the year is going to be at noon versus 6 or 8 p.m. when the crowd is really cranked up. So I know James Franklin's trying to get people going, but I really do think this is a disadvantage for Penn State that every year when they play either Michigan or Ohio State or someone like that, the game is in this time slot versus that later time slot when Beaver Stadium is just electric.
Adam Rittenberg covers college football for ESPN. He joins us here. Who is this game more important for? Obviously, it's important for both, but who is it more important for, Ryan Day or James Franklin?
You see, if you said team, I was going to say Ohio State. But if you say coach, it might be James Franklin, even though they're both of those coaches really, really need this win because, James Franklin has done a nice job, but everyone's going to throw that 3-17 record against top 10 opponents in his face, and obviously 1-9 against Ohio State. So, Penn State guys can lose this game, relatively close, win its remaining games, which don't include Oregon or Indiana on the schedule. Whether they make the Big Ten championship game or not, I think they're in the playoff. Whereas Ohio State loses this game, you're really counting on that Indiana win at home to boost your resume because you don't have anything in the non-conference. And I just don't know if the committee is going to put a whole lot of weight on beating Iowa and Nebraska at home. So Ohio State as a team needs this, but you could make a case that James Franklin as the coach needs this game maybe a little bit more than Ryan Day, although I don't think Ryan would agree with that statement.
Adam, we appreciate it, my friend. Have a good Halloween. We'll talk next week.
Sounds good, guys. Appreciate you.
Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We have some good news for Michigan football and some bad news for Michigan football. We'll share it with you next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You can expect almost a 40-minute delay due to an accident that's blocking the two right lanes. If you're traveling on southbound 270 on the West Outer Belt after Cemetery Road, it will be stop and go from Tuttle Crossing Boulevard. And you're going to hit a 5-minute delay on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 East Split and Livingston Avenue. And there's another 5-minute delay on southbound 315 from Kinnear Road to Town Street. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants you to breathe out your oil anxiety and breathe in automotive peace. Visit them today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Post Malone is teaming up with Raising Cane's to empower the next generation of artists. For a limited time, 2 exclusive double-sided Post Malone posters are available at Raising Cane's. So post up your combo at Cane's while supplies last and support a good cause. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Dorn, what's that guy yelling about in my noisemaker?
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
You're climate hero, you fossil.
What's a climate hero?
That's Dormar, our same-day heating and AC company we've used for 60 years.
Who?
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Come on, Dad, you laugh every time you hear their tidy-whitey commercials.
Yep, those are funnier.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Trust him Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will.
How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code Columbus now for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code Columbus. Trust and Will is an online service providing legal forms and information. It is not a law firm and is not a substitute for the advice of an attorney.
Reichert Chevy's dealing in Dublin.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Shop hundreds of vehicles at ReichertChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. We're dealing.
Jake Diebler and the basketball Buckeyes open the season Monday against the Texas Longhorns. Hear the game live from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. It's the Bucs and the 19th-ranked Longhorns, Monday at 9:15 on The Fan.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com and switch today.
Breaking news. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply.
Come November, I'll need an ACA health insurance plan. And thanks to Health Markets, searching for a plan can be easier. When you go to healthmarkets.com, you can find a licensed insurance agent right in your area. They'll even take you through the plans in person. And their help doesn't cost you anything. That's what I like.
Discover the advantages of real personalized service today at healthmarkets.com. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts. Sales agents may be compensated based on a consumer's enrollment in an insurance plan. No obligation to enroll, paid after portrayal.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. GI Bill, SkillBridge, and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Federal Elite Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Come for the obesity, stay for the anger. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Do you know, by the way, happy Halloween, do you know what's happening tomorrow?
What's happening tomorrow?
Me and you, Bone, broadcasting live from Hollywood Casino Columbus inside the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. The football team that plays in our town has a big game against some team that doesn't have any sort of decoration on their helmet at all.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Boring.
That's all going to happen Saturday, but we will be there tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow, broadcasting live, 3 to 6. Stop on by and see us. We'll have prizes to give away, and you'll watch Jen Winters eat a quesadilla and perhaps fall down. It is tomorrow, 3 to 6, Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21 or older because it's a casino.
Yep.
Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, good news, bad news for Michigan. 4-star Michigan commit Carter Smith, ESPN's number 3 dual threat passer in the class of 2025, decommitted from the Wolverines last night.
Oh.
Okay, so that's not good.
Some bad news there for Meat Chicken.
However, Michigan is pursuing 5-star quarterback Bryce Underwood.
Oh no, don't let them get him. That's no good.
He has committed to LSU. But reports are Michigan is presenting him with a $5 million NIL offer to flip his commitment. Now, what also could help is that he's a Michigan guy. He's from Michigan.
Oh.
Now, Michigan comes a call and says, hey, we're extra motivated. Our 4-star guy, because they'll spin this. They'll say, he decommitted because we told him we're going after Bryce Underwood.
Right, yeah.
You're not in our immediate plans. So we've got this $5 million offer. We are all in on you, Bryce Underwood. Don't go down and play for, fake hillbilly boy down in Louisiana. Come and play for the tear-jerker guy, Sharon Moore, who gets on the phone and says, I love you, Bryce Underwood. I love you, please, God. I wish you could play this year. We can't throw. So come here, $5 million.
Do we think that Michigan, when they call up Brad Underwood or whatever his name is, head coach of Illinois basketball?
Bryce Underwood.
Brad Underwood, my guy.
Matt Underwood, television voice of the Guardians.
There you go, yeah. Do we think that they call them up and they call up Bryce Underwood and they say, hey, we want you to come to Michigan because it's the best school. It's got all the academics you want. Our pride in our football team is unrivaled. Our stadium is just top notch. And everybody will really like you if you come up here.
Yeah, I'm sure they say all that.
Or do they also say, here's a giant bag of cash as well, because we're the same as everybody else when it comes to that, Michigan? The answer, you know what the answer is.
I don't know if there's an or as much as there's an and. And here's a giant bag of cash.
I'm saying they can sell. Every school sells on, like, we've got traditions, we've got this, we've got our fan base is awesome. You're never going to, this place is great. Also, we have lots of money for you. And so the Michigan people who act so self-righteous about that stuff, I just enjoy seeing them right in the same muck with everyone else on it. They just need to admit it to themselves.
Urban has a podcast. It is with Rob Stone and Mark Ingram, and it's called something. I don't know what it is, but Urban's got a podcast. On his podcast, he said that if he were running the show over at Ohio State, he would run Will Howard 15 to 20 times per game. Now,
okay,
I would like to see the threat there more often. However, as great as Urban was, and we thank him for a national championship and all of that, there was one situation where perhaps Urban could have gotten to another national championship game had he stopped running his quarterback and remembered that Zeke was on the team.
Yes.
Instead of sitting on a golf cart eating pizza afterwards. I mean, look, Will Howard can run, but that's not your issue right now. Your issue right now is that you're not creating running lanes. You have two of the best running backs in the country. You don't need Will Howard's legs to save you. That is not what is preventing the offense from being more consistent, in my mind at least.
I also think Urban, I think at this point, the further you get away from actually coaching in the game, which Urban has now, it's been a while since he's coached college football. I hate to say it, but I think you get a little bit away from understanding that defenses have changed, strategies have changed. Urban all the time is going to go back to run the quarterback more because of the numerical advantage it gives you. But also, that if that was the way it worked, and if he never had to worry about that ever again, why did he himself go away from running quarterbacks? Why did he go away from, like, the fullback as quarterback that JT Barrett was, who, by the way, I would like, again, JT Barrett's awesome. I'm not denying that. And Urban won with a, fullback type quarterback in Tim Tebow, but JT Barrett, as much as they won, and they won a lot around here, JT Barrett was not the quarterback on the field when they actually beat Alabama and Oregon.
You shut your mouth.
I'm just making the point here.
His essence was on the field.
Yes, his essence was on the field.
Cardale
I agree with you on
nothing.
that. That's right.
Nothing.
I don't know that that's true. What I do know is you're right. That was a game where he had healthy JT Barrett. And was it Carlos Hyde?
I think it was Zeke.
Was Zeke, Carlos Hyde? Either way, take your pick. Two great Ohio State running backs when they needed a couple yards against Sparty.
That was
right?
a Big Ten championship game against Michigan. Remember the Big Ten championship game?
I remember that.
We haven't seen those in a while. Anyway, yes, it was a Big Ten championship game against Michigan State, and instead of handing the ball to your soon-to-be number one pick running back in the NFL, it was JT Barrett doing everything, and which is fine if it's working, but it wasn't.
No, and I think Urban's solution sometime is, well, if you run the ball, they've got one more guy than the defense has to account for. So you get the numerical advantage. It's like, yeah, you don't think anybody would have figured that out by now? You don't think they kind of did figure it out when they played you? Like that, it worked earlier on in his career, and then as it went, he went away from that. So as much as I have ripped Ryan Day, I think Ryan Day has a very short leash here at Ohio State. And I do think if he loses this game this weekend, it's the beginning of the end for his time here. All that's probably true. I'll actually defend Ryan Day on that a little bit and say, Urban, you're not the one coaching in college football anymore. You don't have, yes, your theory is probably good, and it probably does work against a lot of teams. Ryan Day's theories work against a lot of teams too. His issue is when they play the top teams, the best teams. And Urban struggled against those teams, too, after winning the national championship. the rest of his time here, when he had a running quarterback, it didn't work out that well.
If you're asking yourself, are college football coaches normal? Maybe you're saying, I think they are. They're probably just like me and you. Well, they're not. And I'll prove it to you again, coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should watch out for an accident that's blocking the center lane on southbound 315. After Lane Avenue, it is stop and go from Ackerman Road. And we've got some more stop and go traffic that's causing a 5-minute delay on westbound 670 between Grandview Avenue and I-70. This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
All new tonight, a Columbus teacher buried in debt with no end in sight.
We weren't making any headway paying it ourselves.
In a cycle they couldn't escape.
If you start falling behind, there are that albatross around the neck.
When it seemed hopeless, a way out appeared.
It was just a matter of looking for that help.
Discover the resources helping families turn the tide on debt.
Consumer 10. All new tonight on 10 TV News at 6 and streaming on 10 TV Plus.
Here are the stars of our show.
I am your host, Ryan Seacrest.
The Wheel You Love is back.
Yes! Let's have some fun.
This season will truly be unlike any other.
This has never happened before on Wheel of Fortune.
With bigger trips.
Yeah, baby.
Bigger prizes.
I'd love to take you backstage to the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
And bigger surprises.
There it is.
Great show.
Let's do it again tomorrow.
Wheel of Fortune, weeknights at 7:30 on 10 TV.
We've seen it before. Politicians and lobbyists playing games, drawing voting maps to keep power in their hands, not ours. Courts have ruled Ohio's voting districts unconstitutional 7 times, while our communities have been left out again and again. But this November, you have a chance to change that with Issue 1. Issue 1 will make it illegal for politicians to manipulate voting districts for themselves or their own party. Instead, it creates an open, transparent process where a diverse group of citizens, not politicians, will draw the lines. No more backroom deals, no more gerrymandering, just fairer maps that represent our communities. Issue 1 gives you and me the power to ensure everyone's vote counts. This is about real change, a chance to end the games and make our voices heard. So vote yes on Issue 1, fair representation, and power to the people. Paid for by citizens, not politicians.
You're listening to the Mount Carmel Football Injury Report, featuring the latest player injury updates from a fellowship-trained Mount Carmel sports medicine specialist physician, so you know who's in and who's out for this week's games.
Our doctor, as always, is Dr. Brian Galoni. Doc, let's talk injuries. Jags wide receiver Christian Kirk, he has a broken collarbone and he is out for the year. His prognosis going forward, that's something that'll heal up and he should be ready to go by next year?
Yeah, T-bone, anyone who's had a broken collarbone knows those things are no fun. That's that clavicle bone goes across the top part of your chest. The classic way you break that is you fall hard on the side of your shoulder. Those things should heal up pretty quickly in most people, as long as the bones are aligned. But if they're not lined up right, if it really broke it good so they don't line up, or you got multiple fractures in there, sometimes they got to take you to surgery. That's kind of where he's headed, so I'm guessing that's a pretty bad fracture with him. He should be good to go next year.
Packers quarterback Jordan Love, he has a strained groin. Is that something that's just going to keep hanging around if you don't get it taken care of this week or next?
Those groin injuries are tough because that's the inside of your thigh. Especially these athletes, they're moving back and forth and cutting. They're using that muscle constantly. You got a muscle strain in there. He's going to let it heal up enough that he can finally get back and play. Hard to tell how long that's going to take, but I got to be honest with you, I think he's going to be prone to re-injuring that. It's probably going to bug him to some point all season long until he can really rest it for a good long time.
We talk about that sometimes with like hamstring injuries or other soft tissue injuries that, oh man, this could bug him all year. Why is it that those injuries tend to be that way compared to, something else that seems to, once they correct it, it heals up and then you're good to go?
Your hamstrings, your quadriceps, your groin injuries, those are all, on weight-bearing joints. So you can't walk without using those things. If you strain something in your arm, you can rest your arm a lot easier. Not so much anything in that leg.
Good stuff as always, Doc. We appreciate it. We'll talk again next week.
Absolutely.
That was the Mount Carmel Football Injury Report with T-Bone. Mount Carmel, because of you.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Buddy Wells. We're about 44 hours away from one of the biggest games of this college football season as number 4 Ohio State and number 3 Penn State meet in Happy Valley this weekend. The Buckeyes and Nittany Lions are set for a noon kickoff on Saturday at Beaver Stadium. Thursday night football tonight in the NFL has the 2-6 Jets facing the 6-2 Texans at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Kickoff is at 8:15. We'll have that game for you right here on The Fan tonight starting at 8 o'clock after the Buckeye Show. And taking a peek ahead to Sunday, the Browns and Bengals are both at home this weekend. The Bengals host the Raiders in Cincinnati. Meanwhile, the Browns, they will host the Chargers in Cleveland. Both of those games are slated for a 1 o'clock start on Sunday afternoon. This update is sponsored by Dormar Heating and Air Conditioning. Do you need an emergency repair? Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarheating.com. Breaking sports news. When it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Highly medicated, barely educated. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
I'm Buddy Webb. Hey, you want to know how coaches aren't normal?
How do I know that, Mike?
So Ryan Day had his radio show today. He was asked if he knew it was Halloween. He said no. He was
okay.
He was asked if he knew if the World Series had ended last night. He said no. He was asked if he knew he was playing in the World Series. He said no. Now, I'll give him a pass on the World Series.
I get the World Series a bit.
But how do you got kids in the house. How do you not know that today's Halloween? Just by accident.
Well, how do you not, like, you haven't glanced at your phone once? Like, I'm sure he has an appointment that's on October 31st.
Oh, is it 31st this year? I thought they moved it.
Yeah, right. It's not like Easter. I struggle to know when some of those holidays are when it's like, oh, it's the third Sunday after the first Tuesday.
All right, Thanksgiving's the same way. It can change. But Halloween the same.
You know when Halloween is. You know when Christmas is. You know when New Year's Day is, I presume. They're dates on a calendar. They never change. July 4th. This just in. Same day. Every day. Every year.
Hey, Bone, join the Fan Tuesday, November 12th for the Make a Difference Gala or Gala at High Bank Distillery in Grandview. It's bourbon, food, and fun with Brady Quinn, Bobby Carpenter, Jake Ballard, Dane Sanzenbacher, and Beau Bishop. The gala benefits the Third and Goal Foundation, making a difference in the lives of veterans. Get your tickets today at 971thefan.com. 21 or older, please drink responsibly.
There you go.
You know, I was thinking about this event today.
You were?
Did you get, and it's not our event, I got it, but did you get an invitation to attend?
Well, I mean, it's the station's event, so I presume
did someone at the radio station say, hey, we'd like to have you out here?
I don't think anyone did.
Teddy, did anybody invite you to this event?
No.
Curiously, no one invited me either, which I find offensive.
Well, hold on. Don't you think that's like implied?
No. This shouldn't be implied.
We work at the Fan. It's a fan event. If you want to go, you can go.
This is a fancy schmancy thing. They got open bar, open food, all that stuff, right? You get to hobnob with meatheads.
A lot of celebrities there, yeah.
Yes, it's a big deal. And at no point did anyone come up to me and say, hey, you know what, Beau? I thought we were friends.
Yeah, right.
You know, we have one of our little things where we sell a T-shirt for $300. Mm-hmm. I always can invite Beau. Always. As a matter of fact, Beau was in town on Saturday for the game against Nebraska. Didn't call. Didn't call at all.
He was with his family. They were going down to the field.
Doesn't matter. You call.
Okay.
Hey, I'm in town. You want to grab a drink? How's the family? He's always talking about how he wants to set up his youngest son with my daughter. This would be a perfect opportunity to get them together in an arranged marriage.
Yeah. Well, then he's got, does he have 3 boys?
3 boys.
I got 3 girls.
There you go.
I'm just saying, we got all kinds of things we could be working out here. We haven't worked anything out with them.
I'm offended.
Well, I'm not offended.
I'm offended by everything. I'm offended by Fish for not asking. I'm offended by Beau for not asking.
I am not surprised that we didn't get asked because I think most normal people assume if you work at the radio station, you know what's going on with the radio station. And if you wanted to go, you could reach out and say, hi, I'd like to come over. And what are they going to do? Say, no, sorry, event's closed to you. No, they're going to let you in. They're going to have you there.
Can't come in.
Yeah, right. Bobby's not going to let you come over to his event.
Why are you waving at me?
What do you mean?
Who's on the phone? Teddy, who's on the phone?
Who were you just talking about?
Fish?
No, not Fish. Before that.
Beau?
Uncle
Yeah,
Beau?
Uncle Beau.
Uncle Beau Bishop's son. Beau, I thought we were good friends. I really did.
Wait. What? New phone. Who dis? What happened here?
Stop it. You've got your event coming up. What is it, next Tuesday? No, it's the 12th. Tuesday, November 12th, the Make a Difference Gala. I have never been invited to a gala in my life.
Oh, there you go. I guess I just thought it was above you guys.
Above
I'm
us?
going to wear an ascot.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that does sound a little highfalutin for us, to be honest.
I mean,
I don't.
It said gala, Bone, right? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I think I'm in an ascot.
You're an ass, all
I
right.
hate an ascots. Well, you said it, brother.
No, I don't understand. I thought we were friends. You came into town this weekend. I didn't get a call. I didn't get invited to this.
Listen, there were two people that have tasted my picks already, little previews. And they're the two people on the other side of this phone call.
That is fair.
How dare you question my love and affection for the two of you?
No, I know, but here's the message it sends. It sends, I like you enough to give you the whiskey. I don't like you enough to admit that we're friends and you get to come to this fancy schmancy thing. You're ashamed of us.
I think you're right. I think it's a very good read out of you. I think it says, I love you both, just not in public.
Can I just say, Beau, that I took no offense to this because here at the Fan, when I see the Fan logo on it, wrongly or correctly, I presume I can just walk in and go, "Hi, I work at the Fan. Let me in," and they'll go,
Don't you feel
in.
lame doing that?
No, because I work here.
I want a personal invite.
Like Beau, I'm sure he just walks into the, he works for the Browns too. He probably walks in there and is like, "Jameis, hey, how you doing, buddy? Hey, maybe don't yell at the fans, right?" And he just goes into the locker room and talks. That's how I feel. I just walk in. I would have gone to this thing and be like, "Hey, Brady Quinn, what's up? How are you, buddy? Hey, Bobby Carpenter, how are you? Look at all these guys, all these ex-football players. They're all hanging around drinking whiskey. I belong." That's how I feel, but apparently you don't, Mike.
No, I want an invite.
Well, how do I make it right? What do I got to do?
You know how to make it right.
Do I got to grovel? I don't grovel.
You know how to make
that.
it right.
I love you.
I think if I could play mediator, I think Mike is looking for I've dealt with him a lot on this. He wants a verbal invitation where it's already implied that he's invited, but he wants an explicit invitation.
I don't like implied.
I'm not. No, I just give you direct. I will come scoop you. And you and I will walk the red carpet of this gala together in glory. I got an old O&N black button-down shirt that I can throw on you from back in the good old days, buddy.
You don't think I have clothes?
No.
You don't think I'm good enough for a gala? I got clothes.
If I get you an ascot, will you wear it?
How do you know I don't have my own ascot?
I had to Google it, honestly. I didn't know how to make it.
I got a tweed jacket with elbow patches, my friend.
Oh, this is that type of event.
I'm going to Scottish up that place.
If you roll it, give me a. How about a smoking jacket? You got one of those, like Heft style, a nice velour?
I'll get one. Now, listen to me. Is this a formal invitation? Is that what this is?
I would love nothing more than the both of you. And I think what I'd like to do now is acknowledge something and take a playbook out of my kids, a play out of my kids' playbook. And when something has gotten messed up, what I try to teach my kids is to find somebody else to blame. So what I want to do is blame Fish and the bosses and Evan. It's all on them.
Yeah.
Right? I'm an idea man. I thrive on enthusiasm, right? I'm not details. Not a details guy. And it should have got caught by somebody in the details group. They should have caught it. So I think it's on them. And I want to shift the blame to them entirely.
Good.
I'll take a little. I apologize. I'll take a little. I'm willing to take 8 to 10% of the blame.
I appreciate you rectifying the issue. Okay. I'm very flattered that you've asked me to attend this wonderful gala. What are you laughing at? On November 12th.
I already know where it's going.
But I'm not available. Thank you very much.
Bo.
Thank you for off. That's all I want.
The amount of times where he's like, you never invite me over. I'm like, you have a standing invite. You're welcome to the house anytime.
I hate that's what lazy people do is standing invites.
Invite. Mi casa, su casa. I'm here.
No.
I'm an open book. And he wants like foil stamped. And
all right, while we have you on the line here, can you tell people why this is going to be the must-go-to gala of the season?
I'm going to be there. So full stop.
Right.
I that's a part of it. No, in all honesty, like we've had people, obviously with all the First Friday and all the whiskey stuff I've done through the years, I've had a lot of people ask me to do, would I endorse this or that from a whiskey partnership? And my answer to anybody who asked was, yeah, but it's got to be great. And so when we met Adam with High Bank, that was just such a natural, easy thing because it's great. His stuff's great. It's kind of that simple. And so this was just kind of taking that next step on this. It's something I've always wanted to do. And that wasn't nonsense either. You two have had 2 of the barrel tastes. Both of you have. I've given you.
And let me tell you something. They pay me nothing to say it. It is delicious.
It's great.
Yeah. And I think, Mike, I gave you the cab, and I had
the cigar cask.
Oh, you had the cigar. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Just so, they do great stuff, and it's for an awesome cause. Proceeds benefit Brady's Third and Goal Foundation, making a difference in the lives of veterans. So it's going to be a great night. The next day we'll do the show live from there on First Friday, so that's to look forward to, which is nice as well. I'm humbled that you two would even consider giving us a night. Humbled. But I certainly understand that people have plans, and I get it. And it's probably on me. If I would have asked earlier, your calendar would have been empty.
You never know. You never know. I mean, that night, Tuesday, that's my choir night. I have choir practice on Tuesday nights, so I can't get out of that. But
I didn't know the Satanic Temple had those, but that's good. I'm glad you're there.
Hey, Beau, you're from Montana. What did you do for trick-or-treat in Montana on the Dude Ranch?
So you do the country first. So you get in the car and you drive and you do the country houses first. And what you're going to get there is you're going to get a lot of homemade goods. You're going to get your donuts. You're going to get your popcorn balls. You might get a slab of beef, that type of stuff. When you go to those, some jerky, some homemade jerky, that type of a situation. And then we would go into town. We'd go into the big city of Conrad, population of about 1,200, and we would be unleashed at usually it was around 7 o'clock. And it was, all right, we'll see you at 10. And you'd come back with a garbage bag full.
Look at that. That's a full day right there.
It was amazing. There was no time limit on it. It was running free.
Yeah, not like today where you got to be in the house at a certain time. You just ran around all night, right?
That's right. Yeah, and it's fine.
Tipping cows.
Fine. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's the best time ever. Who gets hurt?
Did you have to check your sidearm at the door of each of these houses when you'd go in, or they just said, bring it in, kid. You're fine?
You're kidding, but obviously there was a shotgun in the back of the pickup truck, always, with the gun in the gun rack. And my dad was the type, and still is the type, that if he were to see a car coming down the driveway, it's usually, now who the blank is this? Mm-hmm. And it's a grab, like as if the Freemen are coming to get him, and it's a grab for a sidearm or a 22 of some sort. Like, he always feels like he's under attack, and no one's coming, man. There's nobody out here. You're going to be fine. It's probably Aunt Doris.
Beau, thank you for the invitation. I'm sure it'll be a fantastic gala, and I hope to see you soon.
I love you both. You know it. I apologize, but most of the blame goes to the dots and I's and cross and T's people. Let's just agree to that.
Absolutely agreed.
Beau Bishop. Tuesday, November 12th, the Make a Difference Gala at High Bank Distillery in Grandview. There are some limited tickets available. Please get them at 971thefan.com. Beau is a good person, despite the fact that he personally offended me.
Well, that's easy to do.
I understand.
To be fair.
Perhaps the best offense in the Big Ten is getting one of their weapons back. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Traffic is moving slowly and causing a 5-minute delay on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. And you're going to hit a couple minute slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side between Livingston Avenue and 33. This report is sponsored by LifeLock. As Cybersecurity Awareness Month wraps up, remember to update your software to fix security issues that identity thieves exploit to steal personal info. And for comprehensive identity theft protection, choose LifeLock. Start your 30-day free trial today at lifelock.com/cybersafety. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 2 trips to a Buckeye postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, announcing our $99 home preventative maintenance checkup. Carpenter & Bryant will do whatever it takes to get you ready for the fall and winter ahead. Check us out at carpentercolumbus.com. That's carpentercolumbus.com.
Dr. Marta Lavelle of Urbana and Darby Dental Smiles on having First Bank of Central Ohio as a partner.
It has been great working with First Bank of Central Ohio. They helped me achieve a huge goal, becoming a business owner. The bank made it so easy. They helped me through the whole process. It's been great ever since.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. Growing up in the family business, I've seen firsthand the joy and love that comes with finding the perfect engagement ring. For over 77 years, our family's been dedicated to providing the best quality, unmatched selection, and the guaranteed best price. From timeless classics to custom designs, we have the perfect ring for every love story. Let our family help you celebrate the moments that mean the most. Visit Diamond Cellar today on Salmo Road or at Easton Town Center.
Gambling too much? I'm Abdullah Mahmood, problem gambling counselor at Mary Heben, where we offer in-person, virtual, and group options. We're here for you no matter what, and that's a bet you can actually count on this football season. Go to maryhaven.com today.
Rockman and Ice.
Now he's on the first thing smoking to the Big Apple, and he's back with his guy. Reunited, and it feels so good.
Rockman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
So are you that person? The one who's been buying over-the-counter insoles just to make whatever shoes you wear cushy? Yep, that was me. Hey, it's Anthony. And before I went to the Good Feet store, my back would kill me if I was on my feet for any serious amount of time. I was told about the Good Feet store's 3-step arch support system. Once I tried them in my shoes, I instantly felt more supported, and honestly, my feet felt aligned perfectly for the first time in forever. And they're fit to me personally. And it's not just comfort. My Good Feet store arch supports are designed to balance and strengthen my feet. They've made such a difference in my life. The Good Feet store has helped many people relieve their pain, obviously me included. No waiting required. Good Feet arch supports are immediately available. Bring in your favorite shoes to the Good Feet store, and they'll personally fit you to ensure your comfort. Go ahead. Take a free test walk today. Good Feet products are proudly made in the USA. They're on Polaris Parkway and on Stringtown Road in Grove City or goodfeet.com.
If you recently lost health coverage due to a life change, healthcare.gov is here for you. Like it was there for Marcus when he lost his job, and Keisha when she turned 26 and lost her parents' insurance, and Elena when she went off Medicaid. There are many other ways to qualify. Visit healthcare.gov today to see if you're eligible to enroll. Limited time to enroll. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Do you have foot pain? Foot pain is not normal regardless of your age or job. Podiatric physicians are the most qualified doctors to care for your feet and can provide important foot care solutions or shoe inserts to better manage foot pain. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. We've been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Longing for thick, healthy, gorgeous hair? Say goodbye to shedding thin and dull hair and hello to thick, healthy hair with hair volume from New Nordic.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloudy, windy, and warm with scattered showers on this Halloween evening. Temperatures in the mid-70s. Overnight, we'll lose the showers and drop down to the mid-40s. Still a bit breezy but dry to start off your Friday. Plenty of sunshine by Friday afternoon and a nice evening for high school football. Temperatures around 60 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Objects in radio may be dumber than they appear. This is Man and Bone.
Gonna take some gasoline, burn her house down. Hey, Fish has handed me the plug sheet for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, morning.
Oh, yeah.
Morning juice, 8:33 in the morning. AJ Hawk, Buckeye legend, he'll be on the show.
Love it.
Rothman and Ice, they're on from 12 to 3. At 12:33, Brady Quinn of Big Noon Kickoff.
That sounds great.
And handsome Brady Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
My wife said that Brady's probably the handsomest person that she's ever seen in real life.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
She doesn't get out much then, right? That's right. That's what the streets are saying, Mike. That's what the streets are saying.
And don't forget tomorrow, me and Bone at Hollywood Casino Columbus inside the sportsbook, broadcasting live from 3 to 6. Do not miss us.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana quarterback Curtis Rourke, they say, is on track to return for the Hoosiers game against Michigan State this weekend. He missed last week because of a thumb injury, but they still managed to win 31-17. Who they beat? Washington, that's right. Yeah. So there you go. It's a danger game. We talked to Adam Rittenberg about it. You know, Sparty's 4-4. They're not that good, but Indiana, undefeated, going on the road, what I assume to be a hostile environment. Who the hell knows? I don't know. Maybe it's half empty, and most of it's Indiana fans.
Yeah.
That's still going to be a tough place to go and play. I want to say they're 8-point favorites, 7-point favorites. Indiana is.
Sounds about right. If you told me before this season that of those two squads, one of them would be undefeated, I wouldn't have thought it would have been Curt Cignetti's team. You know?
Right.
I would have thought it would have been, new head coach there at Michigan State, Jonathan Smith. What a stupid name, from Oregon State. But he'd done good things out of Oregon State, and I thought he would come into the Big Ten. Not that he's bad or anything, but you are seeing a coach that is, working through a roster that probably needs to turn over a little bit more, probably needs to get some better talent there. And he's trying to get the guys who are there to elevate their games a little bit. So that's why it can be dangerous too, right? Is that it's not like they have a bad coach. I think they have two very good coaches in this game, but obviously Curt Cignetti's been able to do just a world of difference with Indiana. It's something I did not see coming. I don't think anybody else did either.
Speaking of quarterbacks that are dealing with injuries, Buckeyes have this little game in Happy Valley on Saturday. Drew Aller is the quarterback for Penn State, and he's ouchy. But I did see some footage of him yesterday at practice running and doing things. Now, he wasn't doing everything, but he was running, and it looked like at least he was running without any sort of limp.
Yeah, if they have him going anywhere close to 100%, that is a big deal for Ohio
He's not
State.
going to be 100%.
Well, but I'm saying I don't think Drew Aller's number one asset is him running around and burning guys in the secondary. He's not going to be putting 100 yards on the ground.
No.
His main asset is being able to stay back there, make some good throws, and obviously stay upright.
Move in the pocket. And, we've talked about the inability to get pressure with four that this defensive line has had problems with. You got a guy who's got a lower body injury like that, and they haven't said he's going to play. James Franklin said it could be up to a game-time decision. If he does play, you blitz the living hell out of him.
I would hope so. I mean, again, we're idiots, Mike. We don't know anything about football because all we've done is watch it on TV for 40-plus years. But that doesn't mean you know how to actually run anything. I get that. But to me, it makes sense if you have a guy who's dealing with that injury, maybe a little bit less mobile than normal, and you have a defense that wants to get after the quarterback and needs to prove they can do it, this would be the perfect time to deploy that, I would think, especially on the road. One of the things I noticed, I don't know how much you watched of that video of him, he did a little dive drill where they kind of grab the ball and then dive through, some tackling dummy type things onto a padded landing spot. Everybody else in that drill had either shorts or shorts with leggings on, skin tight type of stuff, or just shorts, right? So you could see their legs. He had on very baggy sweatpants. And the reason I point that out is because it looked at first I saw him get up and he kind of grabs at the pants. They didn't even look like they fit him very well. So maybe this is nothing. Maybe I don't watch a lot of Penn State practice footage. Maybe he always wears baggy, ill-fitting sweatpants. Or maybe he's got that thing, the leg is braced up somewhere.
Oh, it's You know it's braced
right, and they don't want anybody to see what the actual bracing looks like, whatever it is that he's got to deal with. They don't want to see how severe it is, so they gave him like the baggiest pair of sweatpants they could, so you can't really see anything like that. They may also be part of the gamesmanship going on here.
Ryan Day with his radio show today, which you can, of course, listen to every Thursday at noon right here on The Fan. Here is Ryan Day talking about the challenges of playing in Beaver Stadium.
Well, first off, it's just how loud it gets. It gets really loud, so you got to be able to handle that on offense. That's a big deal. When you're dealing with silent, as you know, as an offensive lineman, that's a big part of it. And, the momentum swings and things like that. But, great environment. Look, and a lot of our guys have played in this environment before, so they're looking forward to the challenge.
Offensive line is something we've discussed the last couple of weeks. The running lanes have just not been there. Here is Ryan Day talking about the offensive line and how they're going to be ready for the challenge.
Shep's going to get challenged this week for sure. Got some veteran guys up there like Donnie and Seth and Josh Fryer. So these guys have experience, and so that's good. But they're going to be challenged, in this environment as well. But they'll be ready. They'll be ready to go.
All right.
I'm sure they'll be ready to go. Will they be good is another question.
Well,
everybody's ready to go.
Honestly, I know, but what's Ryan Day supposed to say? Like, I guarantee they'll be good.
I'm not saying his answer should be different. I'm just talking to you.
Yeah, the answer is going to be what we find out on Saturday. I mean, we're going to find out then how good everybody is. But yeah, as far as health goes, if guys aren't even healthy enough to play, that's a bigger issue. But fortunately, it sounds like he's saying who they need to be out there is ready to go.
Ryan Day says he wants offensive balance.
Go back to the games previously, the Oregon game and, some of the other games that we've had, that's exactly right. When you're taking care of the football and you're running the ball downhill, the Iowa game was a good example. You have over 200 yards rushing against them, and then all of a sudden opens up passing on the perimeter and, some of the weapons that we have. So that's exactly what we're looking for and, looking to get back on track here this game.
Well, something else he talked about, too, you can have all the balance in the world. You got to be better for 1 for 10 on third down.
Right.
That's not going to fly.
Yeah, and if the argument is, well, we didn't run the ball as much because of the way the game went or something like that, I can be willing to hear all that. But if you're efficient on offense, I don't really care how you get it, right? Game to game, we know Ohio State has talented running backs, talented wide receivers. We hope the quarterback is good enough to be able to do everything that he needs to win the big games, right? Will Howard has shown you some really nice things this year. I don't care if they run it for 300 yards this weekend, or if they run it for 30 yards. But if they are 1 for 10 on third down, if they're not being able to extend drives, and if they're not doing anything else offensively that gives you that hope, then to me, it doesn't matter. It's inconsequential whether you are passing, running in a given 160-minute game. I want to see over the season, I want to see balance. I want to see that teams don't know what to do with you, because if you overcommit to stopping the run, they burn you through the air. And if they load up in the secondary and take everything off the line of scrimmage, you just run the ball down their throats. That's what we want overall. But this weekend, I don't care how they do it. I want you to get an offense that can stay on the field and consistently have long, sustained drives.
We're going to talk about the big story of the day coming up next. Maybe you're saying, what is that? It is the bathroom situation at Nationwide, which, of course, is a huge story.
It's huge.
That's on our minds. We'll talk about it next. Common Man and T-Bone on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to hit some residual traffic due to an earlier accident on southbound 270 on the West Outer Belt after Cemetery Road. Still a 10-minute slowdown there in stop-and-go traffic from 33. We also have an accident that's on the right shoulder of westbound 670 after 315 that's causing delay. And there's a couple-minute slowdown on eastbound 33 between 270 Southeast and Hamilton Road. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants you to breathe out your oil change anxiety and breathe in automotive peace. Visit them today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors. Voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Hey there, friends. It's Beau Bishop here. The Fan and High Bank Distillery have partnered to release 3 exclusive whiskey barrel picks, which you can try out with me on Tuesday, November 12th at High Bank in Grandview. Tickets benefit the Third and Goal Foundation, helping veterans and their families.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. If your fall is anything like the people in my neighborhood, your weekends are full of driving kids to endless soccer things. So if you're going to be on the road, be as comfortable as possible. 4 out of 5 doctors recommend a new Lexus. That's not true, but I recommend it. Deal time, 2.99% finance rate on a 2024 RX. That's madness. 4.49% finance rate for a 2025 NX. And you can get up to $5,000 lease cash for a 2024 RX. Check them out online, JermaineLexus.com.
Nothing makes being outdoors better than having the right gear and the right crew. So here's an idea. Let Mountain Dew supply the gear and you bring the friends. Because when you buy specially marked multi-packs of Mountain Dew, you can collect points and earn epic limited edition outdoor gear. We're talking everything from custom Mountain Dew camp chairs and backpack coolers to exclusive Mountain Dew tents, fishing boats, and more. So buy Dew, collect points, get gear, and get outside with Mountain Dew outdoor gear.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+. Subject to program terms at dewoutdoors.com and 12/31/24. Void or prohibited.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Join us Monday for a Mad About Hoops season tip-off special. Catch Timmy Hall, Evil Bald Colin, and special guests as they preview the Buckeyes basketball season and the matchup with Texas. The Mad About Hoops special, Monday at 8 p.m. on The Fan.
We've seen it before. Politicians and lobbyists playing games, drawing voting maps to keep power in their hands, not ours. Courts have ruled Ohio's voting districts unconstitutional 7 times, while our communities have been left out again and again. But this November, you have a chance to change that with Issue 1. Issue 1 will make it illegal for politicians to manipulate voting districts for themselves or their own party. Instead, it creates an open, transparent process where a diverse group of citizens, not politicians, will draw the lines. No more backroom deals, no more gerrymandering, just fairer maps that represent our communities. Issue 1 gives you and me the power to ensure everyone's vote counts. This is about real change, a chance to end the games and make our voices heard. So vote yes on Issue 1, fair representation, and power to the people. Paid for by citizens, not politicians.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just the slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change-anxiety. Picture expert technicians who are quick but not rushed. When you hear the bell, breathe in and out. Now, let go of your oil change-anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today and find automotive peace. No appointment needed.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Your small business can save big with the SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com. That's 844-MEDOhio.com. Anthem's SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Did you feel that? It's your radio getting fatter. Getting fatter.
Chubby time.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Halloween. This dumb show is brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company. Degenerate T-Bone coming up at 4:48. All right, Bone's very excited or very upset about the bathroom situation over at Nationwide. You said you needed time to discuss this.
I don't even know if I'm mad. I'm not mad at the bathroom situation. I wasn't at the Jackets game last night. This article was put in the prep by Panama Ted. I went to the website itself to see if maybe Ted screwed it up. Maybe I should be mad at Ted. But here's my problem. There's an article in the Dispatch today from Belinda Pascal, who wrote this article.
Pascal Vincent?
Yeah. Headline, Blue Jackets, Disney unite to celebrate Deadpool and Wolverine streaming debut. I'm going to read you the first paragraph of this article. If the restrooms at Nationwide look like you've stumbled into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's just a temporary makeover. The Blue Jackets and Disney are teaming up to celebrate Marvel Studios' Deadpool and Wolverine, arriving on streaming on Disney Plus on November 12th. Disney has entered similar partnerships with sports venues in Philadelphia and Memphis. And then it goes on, and the rest of the article talks about Deadpool and Wolverine came out in July, and it did $90 million, and Ryan Reynolds jokingly said it's the greatest movie ever made, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm reading this article, and then it just hits the end. And at no point in the article did it say what the hell they did to the bathrooms at Nationwide that involved Deadpool and Wolverine, because now my interest is piqued. I got to know.
They just put some decorations up. What do you mean?
What
do
do
they
you mean?
do?
Like, what? Okay, so I walk into the urinal and Wolverine's claws are jammed out at me? Like, what are we talking about?
I can
What's
tell
it even
you.
mean?
I can tell you from firsthand experience because I was at the game last night.
Okay, Timmy, what was it?
They had decals all over the restrooms.
Okay.
And they had a lot of jokes about streams.
Because you're streaming.
You know what I mean?
I see.
Yes, they did.
See?
That's what they were doing.
But all I'm asking for is when you're going to put this in the newspaper, because this happens to us all the time. We'll look at an article, we'll read it, and they will say, oh, yeah, this thing happened, and then that's it, and then nothing else. And they don't explain what happened if you weren't
there. As much as I
there.
agree with you that journalism just ain't what it used to be. What's this person's name?
Belinda Pascal. It's not against her. It's probably just
That's annoying.
Why
though.
is
I
it not
get what
against
you're
her?
saying.
She wrote it.
Yeah, you got to say
Because
you got to say
Belinda
what's happening in the
Carlisle, be ready.
bathroom.
So
You know
Belinda
what?
Carlisle's sitting at the editor's table, right?
Who's there?
They're assigning all the things for the day. It's like, hey, you, there's a murder here. Go there. Hey, you, go to the State House. Hey, you, Belinda Carlisle, go report on the bathrooms at Nationwide Arena.
Right. Well, you get at
What do
least
you expect? She sucks.
just take a picture. Take a picture, write it down. That's all. Say, hey, by the way, they put a lot of jokes. I can't print them here, but there's jokes. There's graphics all
You know
over
what? I take that back. I don't blame her. I blame the editor.
Who's the editor?
Lori Schmidt.
She's a sports
I
editor.
don't think it's appropriate. This is sports. They're talking about the bathrooms in
It's
Nationwide
sports.
Arena.
It's a hockey bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the other thing that they did last night, Bone, you know how you've seen arenas stage little dance competitions? You can tell that they're staged. They just want to go viral.
Right.
They tried this last night. I didn't check. I haven't seen it on any of my social media feeds if this went anywhere, but they had a Wolverine costumed person and they had a Deadpool costumed person. They did a little bit in the arena where they said, let's do a dance off, sponsored by Deadpool and Wolverine coming out on blah, 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 blah. And then after they showed like 3 minutes of people in the arena kind of sucking at dancing, they had the Wolverine person and the Deadpool person, and they did the
Make out with each other?
Yeah, they did bye.
They were in different spots, but they spliced them, and they were doing a pretty decent choreographed bye from the was it Backstreet Boys or NSYNC? I don't know
Whichever
which
one
one.
it is. I forget.
Let's get the show back on track, shall we?
Please do.
Thank you, Tim.
This
Get the hell out
is
of here.
stupid.
Happy Halloween!
Oh my God, the Queen is here.
Yes!
You've just appeared out of nowhere.
I heard you talking about bathrooms. I love them.
You do?
Oh, I spent a lot of time in the bathroom with the Duke, absolutely. You know, the Brits don't do Halloween quite like the Americans, T-Bone.
Oh, is that right? Why
but
not?
That's not for lack of me trying. The Duke and I love to dabble in a Butterfinger every now and then.
I'm sure you do.
But I'll
you
tell
go with
you,
fun size or the full size?
There was nothing fun size about it. He may technically not have been the king, but he was king size to me.
I got you there. Okay,
I
great.
remember
Good to know.
when I was a young lady. Oh, Timmy's here. Hello,
Yes.
Timmy.
Hello, Timmy.
Oh, hello,
You're
Queen.
getting me all moist. I'm looking at you in your Hungarian tracksuit.
Oh,
it's not sweaty in here. Are
I
you
don't mean to
warm?
do that,
We
Gwen.
can turn the heat down a little bit.
Timmy, when I was a young lady, I visited one of my friends, Madame Jacques Mioff in France. She introduced me to Three Musketeers. Oh, what a night.
What a candy bar.
I've never had so much nougat in my life.
Oh, wow,
Queen.
We're talking about the candy bar, right? I just want to be clear.
That's what I thought.
Whatever.
Yes, I'm sure we are.
Don't just think the Queen is just a fan of the chocolate.
No?
No, I never turn down a good blow pop.
Oh, sure.
I usually prefer licking, but in the end, you have to use your teeth.
Yes, and then Do you enjoy the prize you get at the end with the bubble gum that you get to?
No, I hock to that right out. I don't need that. I get to it and then hock to her.
Well, what about the other popular lollipop, the Tootsie Pop, instead of the Blow Pop?
How many licks
do you enjoy
does it
one
take
of those
to get to the
what
center
is that,
of a Tootsie Pop?
3 licks, I think. The
3 licks? No, you really have to suckle at it.
Timmy, I was going to say, if it takes you 3 licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, you could probably take the finish off of a 75 Cadillac. I'm just saying.
My tongue does have some texture to it, like a cat. I once received a Hershey's Kiss from Henry Kissinger.
And?
Oh, everybody thought he was so buttoned up, but we used to have quite the time behind closed doors. I remember one particular evening, I was yelling, "Oh, Henry," so loud that poor Charles got confused and ran into the room with a candy bar.
Sure. Yes.
Oh, Henry.
Yes, I got it.
So that's what the candy bar.
That's right.
Bye-bye. Happy Halloween.
Thank you.
Bye-bye,
very
Queen.
much. That's I wonder if she's ever had a whatchamacallit. You know? That's one of my favorites. If she was screaming whatchamacallit out, you never know what you would get there. Could have been anything. Maybe a little Clark bar. Maybe she's just screaming Clark.
Maybe $100,000.
Yeah.
$100,000.
Just screaming random candy bars.
Oh, I hear people are still talking about me. Listen.
Oh, no. She's back.
Listen. I've had my share of whatchamacallits. I don't judge. Sausages. Choco tacos.
Right. Whatchamacallit.
I don't care.
No one knows what's in those things.
That's right.
How do you feel about a take 5? You ever...
Oh, I sometimes have to take 5 because the lovemaking is so passionate.
I understand you need a break.
I need a 5-minute break period.
Right.
Well, I like
That's
a
good.
fast break as well.
Fast break is good.
Very underrated. You get your pretzel, peanut butter.
That's right.
You know the Brits don't do peanut butter like the Americans do it.
Well, then
We're better at it.
There's a candy that's very... Nobody thinks much of it, but you've got Almond Joy on one side, but the other one in the red wrapper, the Mounds. No one talks about Mounds.
Why would you not want a nut? I'm always in the mood.
Do you not enjoy a good mound?
I love a mound, but I want my nut on top of the mound.
I
All right, bye-bye.
She had mentioned her, I believe one of her other favorite candies was Mike and Ike. She used to hang out with them.
Oh, she likes Ike.
She likes Ike and Mike.
She
Mike
really
and
liked Ike.
She was a big fan of both, from what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look who's back.
Hey,
Mike, did you know what
I
happened?
blacked out for a second. What happened?
The Queen
there he is.
was here.
I'm back now.
The Queen arrived, and then she left very quickly.
Oh, man, this wig is really hot.
Been wearing it for
This
an
is
whole
why you should
segment.
always watch on the YouTube channel. If you're on the YouTube, you knew exactly what was coming, and it probably disappointed the hell out of you.
I just love how we can see all of your dark hair beneath the white wig.
Hey, I'm not saying that this is like, Rick Baker makeup here.
Well, I don't know why you go through the trouble to purchase the glasses and then you don't wear them. And then
I left them.
You left them last time.
I know, I'm stupid.
So you don't leave them. You remember.
Wear the
I'm
glasses.
You're dedicated to the craft.
I'm sorry.
It matches your outfit.
Degenerate T-Bone is next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to find traffic is moving slow on southbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Hamilton Road and East Broad Street. And you should watch for a disabled vehicle that's on the left shoulder of eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt at Sawmill Road. This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. Swapping out your tires, there's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grit for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at prices you love. eBay, things people love. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip to a postseason game, and more. Register today and every day at roosterswings.com.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. Remember that day I invented the everything bagel? That was a heck of a day, Jerry. I was right there in line.
Get Eco.
I saw the onion bagel and the poppy seed bagel and the sesame bagel, and I thought, imagine if one bagel could give you everything you need. You changed the world that day, Jerry.
Get Eco.
I think Eco is just like that for homeowners in Ohio. Plumbers, electricians, HVAC technicians. One company, one call, everything you need.
Get Eco.
Eco is a complete ecosystem of home services all under one roof.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Big things, small things, projects that require a little of this and that. Eco has the whole ecosystem equally covered.
Get Eco.
What if one day someone comes up with a new thing you can put on a bagel?
Well, I've already patented everything, Aaron. Nobody can claim everything plus one.
You're a wise man, Jerry.
I'm making a fortune, Aaron.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
If you're struggling with ED or your performance is down and your belly fat is growing, listen up. You've got one life. Now is the time to act.
At the Columbus Men's Clinic, we're not just healthcare, we're your secret weapon. Don't wait another day. Here's why you need to act right now.
Every moment you delay, your condition could worsen. It's not just about sex, it's about your heart, your relationship, your life.
The Columbus Men's Clinic has over 10 years of proven results for low testosterone and increasing drive, energy level, and performance. We've introduced ED and enhancement treatments so exclusive, you'll wonder why you waited.
Procrastination is the thief of time. When it comes to your sexual health, you can't afford to wait. Join the League of Gentlemen who've walked out of our doors with a swagger.
Call the Columbus Men's Clinic at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Book your $99 male performance consultation now, including blood work. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. The Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now.
A vote for Sherrod Brown is a vote against Donald Trump. Sherrod Brown has spent 31 years in Washington, D.C., backing radical liberal policies.
Late-term partial birth abortion, where the baby is partially delivered alive. Trans biological men in girls' sports and bathrooms. Puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for children. Amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants.
Brown's liberal policies are the opposite of the Trump agenda, and Brown would oppose Trump at every turn. To undo the damage of the last 4 years, President Trump and Ohio need Republican Bernie Moreno in the Senate. 6 more years of Sherrod Brown? He's for they, them, not you. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Martha was ready to switch to a career in IT.
There's always a need for IT specialists, especially with AI coming out and cybersecurity. It's practically recession-proof.
My Computer Career even provides job placement help.
The career specialists, they're very helpful. They care about you as a person. You're not just a number to them. I would recommend My Computer Career wholeheartedly to anyone.
Take the free career evaluation today. Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
Get your ex to the lodge for the freshest menu additions. Spice up your wing order with new sauces featuring the chicken tikka or spicy chili crisp. Or try our famous flatbreads with the backyard barbecue brisket or chicken tikka. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Want to know anything about the Fan's contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Just be glad you aren't as stupid as these two.
Oh, yes.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Halloween. I was getting the house ready for the trick-or-treaters this morning.
Yeah.
Had some pumpkins I put out and put the candy out and all that. Just by the door, so that it's ready.
Mm-hmm.
I put one of those little speakers, outdoor speakers, on the front porch, too, to blast out some scary stuff.
Okay.
You know, to get in the mood. So I found the scariest audio that I possibly could get.
What would that be?
Tito hosting the Buckeye show last night.
That's terrifying. That is really bad. Don't you want the kids to come up and actually get the candy instead of running away going, why was this man just talking about movies from 40 years ago that no one's cares about?
Terrified. Now, the real joke is you just put our show on there.
That actually would scare people away. Do you ever do the, have you done anything like buy those, you can buy those like little animatronic scary things and have one pop out at people?
No.
I've never done that either. But I've never actually encountered one in the wild, as a matter of fact. I've only just seen them on like social media where people show them in the stores and people get freaked out by them.
Right. Back when I was banging, I'm trick-or-treating around the neighborhood, go up to one person's house. There's a sign that says, please take one. And they got a big basket of candy.
Yeah.
And it's in the lap of a scarecrow, or what I assume to be a scarecrow, because once you took a piece of candy, it was a person in there that jumped out and scared you. Oh. I had to go home and change my underwear.
Oh, I bet you did. I bet you did.
I don't like that. I don't like jumpy stuff. Like the haunted houses and stuff like that. I don't like that.
No, I've never enjoyed jump scares. That's why I don't do any of this stuff on Halloween. I like looking at things that scare other people. I don't want to be the one getting just stuff jumping out of me. It's not my thing.
Watch the news.
Yeah, right.
It's terrifying
That's
enough.
Scary enough.
Degenerate T-Bone, hit it.
Common Man and T-Bones. Degenerate T-Bone.
Degenerate T-Bone.
T-Bone's picks for the weekend.
Sponsored by Ohio Health. Choose between virtual or in-person appointments at 200-plus care sites, providing the finest care anywhere. OhioHealth.com/finest care.
Bone.
All right, man, we're going to start off giving you something for Sunday. The Rams are going to be going to Seattle to play the Seahawks. So you might say on the road, ooh, be a little nervous. Rams have been up and down this year. I'm actually going to go with some confidence in Matthew Stafford. Matt Stafford threw for 279 yards, 4 touchdowns last week. And that was against Minnesota's defense. A nice game for him. Nice game for that offense. That probably happened because in part, they got some guys who have been injured back. They got Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp, both of them back. They combined for 157 of those yards. So this week in Seattle, I know that has historically been a tough place for teams to go in, but I don't think the Seahawks defense is the same as the defense of the past that Seattle has had. The 238.5 yardage total that I've seen for Matthew Stafford, I would take the over on that. I'd take anything between 235 and 240. I would say go the over on that. I think he's going to have another decent to big day, and 240 to me is something he should be able to attain, so I like that one. On Saturday, we talked about this game a little bit with Adam Rittenberg. Oregon, number 1 team in the country. We saw what they did against the Buckeyes. We've seen what they've done against pretty much everybody else. They are 14.5 to 15-point favorites, depending where you look, against Michigan. I'm going to say let's lay the points there. Michigan obviously is getting by on their reputation. I think a lot of people are hoping, if they are just college football fans, for an upset. This is on the road against a defending national champion, a brand name team. I don't think it's going to matter for Oregon. I think they come in and do their thing, and I don't think Oregon has a problem here. This could get up to 16 or 17 before I'd really get worried about it. So for me, I will lay the points and take that Oregon line if you can find it. Tonight in the NBA, you've got quite a few interesting little nuggets here from the games. The Milwaukee Bucks have had a bad start to their season. They're 1-3, and they're on the road against the Memphis Grizzlies. However, Milwaukee, road favorites in this one because Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to have a big game. I predict he will have a monster game in this one. I haven't seen the total lines for him, but I would say you could probably bet on him going over in this one. Also, look for some rebound totals because Zach Edey is in this game for the Grizzlies, and I think Memphis is going to give him all kinds of problems. I could see him fouling out of this game, so keep an eye on that one. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic for the Mavericks, he's not been the same guy this year so far. That, again, for his otherworldly stats he usually puts up, if you see assist totals for him around 8 or 9, you might be tempted to take an over on that. I would go under. He's playing the Rockets, who play decent defense, could make it a little challenging for him. I don't think he hits the assist totals tonight, so I would go under there. Jazz and Spurs. Spurs are favored by 1.5. Jazz are gross. But Spurs played last night, a tough game against Oklahoma City, so that one could be a tight little game, but I think the Spurs will pull it out on the road and get it done and send the Jazz to 0-5. And finally, the Suns against the Clippers. Suns are great, off to a really good start. Clippers, I don't think are any good, and I think they are fake. If anybody thought they were going to be good this year, they're going to be terrible. I think the Suns go in and kick their ass. They're 4.5-point favorites. Lay the 4.5. You're good on that. I also have World Series odds if you want them.
Oh, yeah, for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. That's big hats.
The Doyers, the Los Angeles Dodgers, are your World Series favorites yet again at 4-1.
Don't tell Ryan Day. He had no idea the World Series was going on or that today's Halloween.
That's right. The Dodgers are 4-1 plus 400. Yankees next up at plus 700. Makes sense. The Atlanta Braves third with plus 750.
That's fine. How about the Guards and the Reds?
Well, the Guardians are, I thought, pretty low odds here. They have lower odds than the Orioles, Astros, Mets, and Padres to win the World Series at 25-1, plus all those other teams I mentioned. Meanwhile, the Reds, their odds are a little bit lower. They are around with the Cardinals. Both of them are at 60-1 odds to win the World Series.
White Sox.
You know what?
Come on.
You got company.
What do you mean I got company?
There are two teams with equal odds, the worst odds to win the World
blasphemous.
Series.
There's only one team that set the all-time loss record last year in modern-day baseball history and has vowed during the offseason to slash payroll.
Okay.
How could they be tied with anybody else?
I'll tell you. Bottom rung of this is the A's are at 150-1. Okay. Now they're going to play in a minor league ballpark. They're moving. They'll have no fans.
But they could be plucky.
The Angels are 250-1. No. Bad. Terrible.
Okay.
The Marlins are 300-1.
Okay.
But bringing up the rear, the Colorado Rockies and your Chicago White Sox, Mike, are at 400-1 odds to win the World Series.
400-1. Why don't you just have next to it, cut my nuts off, because it's never going to happen.
Why would they put that there?
It's never going to happen.
Yeah, I want to bet on the White Sox also. Go ahead and cut my nuts off. Like, why would anybody take that? If they won, then they lose.
All right.
Makes no sense.
Look, election season is upon us. I don't know if you heard or not. There's some commercials running. I've missed them. But the government is about to make ice cream great again. I'll tell you about it next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a 30-minute delay due to a disabled vehicle that's blocking the left lane. If you need to travel on northbound 71 on the north side after 17th Avenue, it's causing stop-and-go traffic from I-70. And there's a small delay on northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Easton Way and 161. This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, or trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
We've seen it before. Politicians and lobbyists playing games, drawing voting maps to keep power in their hands, not ours. Courts have ruled Ohio's voting districts unconstitutional 7 times, while our communities have been left out again and again. But this November, you have a chance to change that with Issue 1. Issue 1 will make it illegal for politicians to manipulate voting districts for themselves or their own party. Instead, it creates an open, transparent process where a diverse group of citizens, not politicians, will draw the lines. No more backroom deals, no more gerrymandering, just fairer maps that represent our communities. Issue 1 gives you and me the power to ensure everyone's vote counts. This is about real change, a chance to end the games and make our voices heard. So vote yes on Issue 1, fair representation, and power to the people. Paid for by citizens, not politicians.
Hey, it's Anthony. If you want to make the best deal in town on a new Honda, make sure you visit my friends at your main Honda of Dublin. They're on Sawmill Road, just south of 270. And Rich tells me you're going to get 1.90% APR up to 60 months on most new 24s and 25 Hondas. They'll give you the details. Of course, you'll get same-day service, no appointment needed. And how about an extra $1,000 for your trade if you have a 2014 or newer vehicle? All with the great people at your main Honda of Dublin.
All new tonight, a Columbus teacher buried in debt with no end in sight.
We weren't making any headway paying it ourselves.
In a cycle they couldn't escape.
If you start falling behind, they're that albatross around the neck.
When it seemed hopeless, a way out appeared.
It was just a matter of looking for that help.
Discover the resources helping families turn the tide on debt.
Consumer 10. All new tonight on 10 TV News at 6 and streaming on 10 TV Plus.
Here are the stars of our show.
I am your host, Ryan Seacrest.
The Wheel You Love is back.
Yes! Let's have some fun.
This season will truly be unlike any other.
This has never happened before on Wheel of Fortune.
With bigger trips. Yeah, baby. Bigger prizes.
I'd love to take you backstage to the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
And bigger surprises.
There it is.
What a great show.
Let's do it again tomorrow.
Wheel of Fortune. Weeknights at 7:30 on 10 TV.
Trust and Will knows that you're likely celebrating a loved one's birthday this month because fall is the most popular birthday season in America. And Trust and Will celebrates by protecting what matters most. Trust and Will makes estate planning easy and affordable, designed by attorneys but customized by you. Visit trustandwill.com with offer code Columbus for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code Columbus. Trust and Will is an online service providing legal forms and information. It is not a law firm and is not a substitute for the advice of an attorney.
Bernie Marino faced multiple lawsuits claiming discrimination against employees.
Two accused him of gender and age discrimination, and the third accuses him of race discrimination. Marino was sued for failing to pay overtime wages.
At some point in life, we've all experienced that boss. You know, the boss you hope you never work for again. Well, Bernie Moreno is that boss. Bernie Moreno was sued for discriminating against his employees. Like a woman he belittled for being a single mom, and a black man demoted from his position as manager after raising concerns he was being paid less than his white co-workers. And Bernie Moreno was caught failing to pay his employees the overtime they earned. And then Moreno shredded evidence to try and cover it up. A judge ordered Moreno to pay $400,000 to former workers. Yes, Bernie Moreno is that boss. And he most certainly shouldn't be our senator.
I'm Sherrod Brown running for Senate. I approve this message.
Paid for by friends of Sherrod Brown.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Buddy Wells. We'll start with college football. This weekend, it's another top 5 matchup on the road for the Buckeyes as number 4 Ohio State heads to Happy Valley to face number 3 Penn State. The Bucks and Nittany Lions will kick off at noon on Saturday. We'll get you ready to go for that matchup all day tomorrow on a Football Friday here on The Fan. Thursday Night Football tonight in the NFL has the Jets hosting the Texans at the Meadowlands. Kickoff is at 8:15. We'll have that game for you right here on The Fan starting at 8 after the Buckeye show. In hockey, the Jackets wrap up the homestand tomorrow night as they host Winnipeg at Nationwide Arena. Face-off is at 7 o'clock. It's the first of a back-to-back for the CBJ as they'll play the Capitals in D.C. on Saturday afternoon. And in the NBA, the Cavaliers improved to 5-0 last night with a win over the Lakers. Next up for Cleveland, they will host Orlando tomorrow night. This update is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan.
The show that will tickle you stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Please subscribe to the podcast. It is available wherever you get your podcast. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling.
Mike, I got to tell you, I was noticing this, and Ted, I don't know if you've picked up on this because I think you might feel the same way, Teddy. Today, I can't believe it's 5 o'clock already. Can you? The show has flown by today. It's gone so quickly. I honestly feel like that.
It's going quickly. I mean, that's not the only thing that's gone quickly.
This entire month, Ted.
Yes.
You believe this is Halloween already?
Yeah, I know. You know what that means.
I can't believe it is. Tomorrow. I can't believe it's November tomorrow.
It's surprise. Yeah. November tomorrow.
It's the year's flown by, Mike. Don't you agree with that?
No.
I can't believe it.
It's just
everybody I talk to ever. Can you believe it's Bob? Yes, I can. Life is long.
Yeah. I thought it actually felt pretty short this year. It's just
get out of my face.
Whoosh, yeah. Like right by.
Like that.
You know what the significance of October 31st is in my family?
What's that?
My mother-in-law's had the Christmas tree up for 3 days. You laugh. I'm not laughing.
Why?
And then I'm talking to Samantha about this.
Why is it
Because I'm trying to say, now we love Grandma, but, you know.
Cuckoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
She goes, well, I heard at school, the teacher said people who put their Christmas decorations up early are the happiest.
And I said, yes, studies show that crazy people are usually very happy. So What the hell are we talking? They're so crazy, though.
Do you know how happy we would be if it turned out this entire time you and I had just been yelling at a wall and like people have been wiping us and feeding us and we didn't know? We'd be oblivious. Like, how happy would we be if we were like, oh, I haven't been, this is not, none of that stuff I thought was real. That'd be great. Instead, yes, we live in the real world where we know the real thing's going on and it's miserable.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Enjoy the Halloween tonight.
Try not to trip over your neighbor's tree as they're dragging it in when you're like, hey, I'd like to get some candy. Like, hey, don't you know Christmas is a month and 2 months away? Shut up with your Halloween.
You know what I think is tomorrow, too? And I think maybe some of our friends can help me out with that. I think tomorrow's Diwali.
Oh, yeah. I believe you're right.
In Indian holiday,
yeah.
Diwali.
Happy Diwali to
I'd like to
everybody who
be
celebrates.
invited to a festivity.
Yeah, I want to put that out there because I don't think that I have a face that says I'm welcome to invitations to like any and all celebrations.
That's because you look very angry. You have a very standoffish. I know you.
I like a festive environment. Especially if there's any celebration that involves food or talking with other people. Like I like that. I like community. I like to get together. I'm just saying whatever the celebration is. Invite. I will take an invite if you're looking to invite and you're like, I don't know anybody else who would want to come to my party. Well, shoot me an invite and maybe you'll be surprised. That's what I'm saying.
Is it Diwali or Diwali? I want to make sure I'm saying it the right way.
I don't know the right way to say it.
Here's what it says. Oh, it started today.
Okay.
Thursday, October 31st, 6:22 a.m. to Friday, November 1st, 8:46 a.m. So today is Diwali.
Yeah. Do we know what the significance of the celebration is?
It says in southern India, Diwali celebrates the victory of Lord Krishna's destruction of the demon Nakara.
There we go.
Who is said to have imprisoned women and tormented his subjects. I'm all for that.
Yeah. All right.
In northern India, Diwali honors the triumphant return of Lord Rama, his wife Sita, and brother Lakshmana. I'm sorry, I'm saying that all wrong. I'm like John Sterling. That's all wrong from a 14-year-old exile in the forest.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that's what people actually gather and talk about or if it's just let's get together with the family and wear some nice festive colors and, hug each other.
Right. But you know what? I'm glad that I don't know all the celebrations. That means I got stuff to learn.
Absolutely.
I like finding out about new things. I am more familiar with this celebration, though. I've never really attended one. Maybe this is the year I finally do. Day of the Dead. That's tomorrow, right? They start that off the day after Halloween. That's like I don't know if it's just Mexico or Hispanic countries, but I do know Day of the Dead is a big holiday tradition, has a lot to do with celebrating your relatives who have passed and having like a remembrance of them. I think that's great. So yeah, sign me up for any of these holidays. I want to go. I want to be a part of it.
Apparently one of the foods that is consumed at Diwali is called barfi.
Okay.
B-A-R-F-I? How else would you say that?
Barfi? I don't know. Like Wi-Fi? Again, we don't know how to say it. We're sorry.
Can you pass me some of that barfi. It is a milk-based sweet from the Indian subcontinent with a fudge-like consistency. Well, how can that be bad?
Yes. I'm signing me up for that. I'm fascinated when you find out. Like, you go to another part of the world, and they're like, oh, yeah, this is the thing we do every year. And you're just like, millions of people are doing this thing. And you're like, I had no idea this existed. That's one of my favorite things to learn about life. Mm-hmm. I love it. You know, I was watching the other day? Rick Steves. And his sex swing. I know. But he has the same kind of vibe that I have.
Huge pothead.
I don't doubt it.
No, he is.
I don't doubt it.
Huge pothead.
Well, what I know is whenever Rick Steves goes somewhere, and if you never heard Rick Steves talk, he's got this very pleasant, and then we went to the town square where they were having, and he'll know, whatever celebration is they're doing.
You can't picture him having any genitals at all.
No, but I'm sure you know what? He's one of those people that I think is sneaky, doing a lot, having all kinds of debauchery. But what I'm getting to is when he goes somewhere, he's not like, oh, well, I don't really know. He's like, I'm in. And he just jumps right in and he learns, he understands. But I heard him talking about how he went to Germany when he was 14. His parents took him there and he met some woman who was a Holocaust survivor and how it meant a lot to him. And then he was just, going on about the trip and all this stuff. This man's in his 60s and he remembered a trip from 14 like it was yesterday. That's what I'm saying.
You probably don't forget something like that.
I guess
he
you don't.
Lost his virginity to the Holocaust survivor. She told him the story after she.
Well, maybe.
Told him what it was like to be a man.
Could have been. You go to Germany, you learn a lot of things.
All right, let's talk about ice cream. Fabo Food, yeah.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
What is a pet peeve that McDonald's fans always have?
The ice cream machine not working?
Yes, the McFlurry machine. I want a McFlurry. I want a sundae. We can't get it because the machine is broken. Well, that may be a thing of the past, and it could be courtesy of the United States government.
Yeah, believe it or not, back in 1956, Ray Kroc made a deal, handshake agreement with a company called Taylor to supply milkshake machines to McDonald's exclusively. That deal, I'm sure they've signed a couple contracts since then, but Taylor is still the exclusive company that supplies these machines. So they had issues with these machines. There's a copyright law that says if you have a copyright like they do on these machines that they sell at McDonald's, no one at McDonald's or whatever company, right? They're not allowed to hire someone to work on these machines because they might learn about your copyright. They might learn how to make these machines. That's a protection that's been there for a while. Well, McDonald's a few years ago, because it had so many issues with these machines and because the Taylor people, I guess, had trouble getting enough repair people out to fix these things in timely fashion, some McDonald's franchisees developed an app or found an app that showed you how to override the machine and work on it and fix it and get it back for their customers. Well, that resulted in a lawsuit. That resulted in a bunch of complaints with the copyright board. Anyway, all the bureaucratic red tape today was sliced because today the federal government reviewed this complaint from this Taylor company and said, hey, it's not McDonald's fault that you can't fix your machines quick enough. If they want to fix them, they're allowed to fix them, and they don't have to wait for you to come around to fix it. So, long story long, you are now more likely, possibly, to have a McDonald's in your area that says, our machine was broken. We got a guy named Jeff back there who learned how to fix them, and now he fixed it, and now we're back online in a few hours as opposed to a few weeks. So that's hopefully meaning
big news, man. I'm excited
more
about
ice cream
that.
for McDonald's. Well, they wanted it. They said this has been a problem for them. They were one of the reasons that this happened was because their franchisees were complaining.
You signed a bad contract, though.
Yeah, I would think you maybe
had to have the government come in to bail you out of a bad contract.
I don't even understand how that. Well, it wasn't even that contract. It's the fact that they just buy the machines from these people, but that company was saying, well, we have copyright law on our side, and McDonald's was like, why? And apparently the federal government said, yeah, we don't know either, so never mind. You can go work on them now. So I hope that means more McFlurries, and I hope that means maybe. Now, this is me reading a lot into the future, but maybe allow me some hope. Maybe this is why we never get the good stuff from McDonald's when it comes to the international desserts. All the time, you people listen to us. You travel all around the world for work or pleasure or whatever you do, and we get videos and photos from people at McDonald's in all different parts of the world, and they're showing me McFlurries with all kinds of toppings in them and everything else. Maybe that's why McDonald's doesn't bring that here, because they're like, well, what good does it have to have 15 different types of McFlurry when the two we currently serve aren't being served because the machines are down all the time? So hopefully this leads to better menu items for McDonald's.
Thank you, Bone.
Thank you, man.
We will celebrate some truly great names coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to find traffic as stop and go if you need to travel eastbound 104 between Alum Creek Drive and 33. And we've got about a 10-minute delay on southbound 270 on the East Outer Belt from Main Street to 33. This report is sponsored by AAA Car Care Plus. Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and save up to $180 on select sets of 4 Redestein tires. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid November 1st through November 30th. See store for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greensons.com.
We all know Central Ohio's growing fast. It's making traffic worse and life more expensive.
That's why voting yes on Issue 47 is so important. Issue 47 will help folks get to work faster and cheaper by creating Coda Rapid Bus Service. That means more routes, better hours, and more reliable service. That will expand access to transportation for everyone in our community, from the elderly to the disabled, to veterans and students. And Issue 47 will make our neighborhoods safer and more walkable by building 500 miles of sidewalks, trails, and bikeways. When we pass Issue 47, we'll get $1 billion in matching funds from the federal government to pay for it. We're already sending our tax dollars to D.C. Let's bring some of that money home to help our community. Issue 47 means safer neighborhoods and a better quality of life for our families. It's an easy call. Vote yes on Issue 47. Paid for by Moving Central Ohio Forward.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better, just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years, and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Celebrate football season with the one and only Schmitz. A Columbus tradition like no other, Schmitz has been serving up delicious Bahama Mamas, sausages, cream puffs, and more for well over a century. Stop into the historic German Village restaurant for lunch or dinner. And after your meal, bring home the most delicious tailgate spread for the big weekend. Schmitz Sausage Haus in historic German Village or online at schmidthaus.com. Why tailgate when you can Schmidtgate?
A.J. Hawk won a national title, a Super Bowl, and a Lombardi Award, but his weekly appearance on Morning Juice, Fridays at 8:33, is the real highlight of his career. If he tells you otherwise, he's lying.
Sponsored by FanDuel.
The Fan.
Hey friends, Beamer, Carp, and Shark here from The Juice. Get ready to tackle another NFL week in NFL action with FanDuel. That'd be America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers, you're going to get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Sharky, I know you've been eyeing up this one all week long. It's CJ and the boys with the Texans going to MetLife and taking on Aaron Rodgers and the power of friendship, the New York Jets.
And you can build a quick SGP for Thursday Night Football. Breece Hall over rushing yards. Maybe CJ Stroud over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Stephon Diggs over receiving yards. Can Devontae Adams score his first Jets touchdown, Bobby?
Oh my gosh, it's all there. FanDuel.com/juice is coming off the Hump Day Parlay Rewards stack. I need a little TNF in my life to make every moment more. This season, FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL, must be 21 and older in present Ohio. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues now. Drawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Democrats will do anything to win. Changing the rules, mail-in ballots, cheating, and even opening our borders, all to win at any cost. Now they have a new scheme, Issue 1. Issue 1 would create a redistricting commission aimed at overturning key protections against gerrymandering in Ohio. Protections approved by over 70% of Ohio voters to prevent this exact kind of political manipulation of voting districts. And the members of this mysterious commission are backed by foreign special interest groups. They're unelected, unaccountable, and completely beyond voter control. If they abuse their power, there's no way to vote them out or hold them responsible. Their only purpose is to take control of Ohio's politics and turn the state from red to blue. This isn't democracy, it's deception. Don't let the Dems continue to rewrite the rules to rig the system in their favor. Protect Ohio's voice. Vote no on Issue 1. Paid for by Ohio Works.
Low energy, brain fog, or bloating? Your body might need a detox. Active Liver from New Nordic makes it easy to help your liver detox your body all year long without major changes to your diet or lifestyle.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little rough for the trick-or-treaters on this Halloween. Temperatures in the mid-70s. It'll be warm but windy with some scattered showers and a couple of downpours. Overnight, we'll fall all the way back down to the mid-40s with clearing skies and still a bit of a breeze. Plenty of sunshine by Friday afternoon and a nice night for football. Temperatures running around 60 degrees. With your 10 Weather Impact Forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
fat, and happy. Hey, 1 out of 2 isn't bad. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Halloween. Be safe out there. And if you're driving around, be mindful of the kiddos.
Yes.
Thank you.
Be very careful.
I gave out some treats to the bus stop kids this morning.
Nice.
What's your thought on dark chocolate?
As far as to eat it, just myself,
Yeah, to
or
eat it,
to hand out to children, or to throw in like a baked good?
To eat it. Like a dark chocolate candy bar.
I mean, I don't prefer it to milk chocolate,
Okay.
but I won't like throw it in the trash. I'll eat it.
So I've determined that the people who like dark chocolate really like dark chocolate. One of my favorite kids at the bus stop, her name is Evelyn. She loves dark chocolate.
Yeah.
And I said, well, how dark are we talking? She said, as dark as it can possibly get. So I decided to test that theory. I got her a candy bar that was 89%. Now that's, I don't even know what the regular percentage is on dark chocolate. I have no idea. I'm just saying that's heavy.
Okay.
89%. There's like a little warning label on it. This may be too much chocolate.
It's like 120 proof on the dark chocolate.
Very bitter. That's right. If we're drinking booze, you got to be experienced to have this.
Yeah.
So I said, well, she's not going to like this. I gave it to her this morning, eating it up. Oh, it's delicious. I took a bite. Tasted like ass.
Couldn't eat it, huh?
Very bitter.
Interesting.
Yeah. I need the smoothness. I need the creaminess that comes with some milk in the chocolate.
Like I said, I like milk chocolate myself. Although I won't turn away dark chocolate. I'll eat it, but I'd prefer the milk chocolate. I wonder if that kid, I wonder if anybody in her family, like, because I know a lot of people eat dark chocolate for the health benefits, the antioxidants. It's, usually with milk chocolate, there's a little more fat in it, obviously, all that stuff. But so I wonder if, like, in the house, maybe someone has kept that and that's what she's just used to.
I don't know. Maybe. She eats a whole lot of crap, though.
Oh, okay. So it's not just the dark chocolate.
And she gave me a gift bag today.
Oh, okay.
That contained little tiny Take 5 bars.
Look at
and
that.
You know my thoughts on the Take 5.
Take 5 is one of the best candy things ever made.
I don't know why it's not more popular. Underrated. I'm going to say Take 5. Junior Mints, I think, are criminally underrated.
Okay.
I love a Junior Mint.
Not as big a fan, but it's your list.
And I think Whoppers are underrated. I think Whoppers get a bad rap.
They get a bad rap because I am out there on the anti-Whopper campaign. I don't get why people like them. I don't know why. Well, no one likes them as much as Joshua Perry. Did you see that list today?
Listen to me.
We gotta talk to our guy
Joshua
Josh.
Perry. He's a former Buckeye. He's out in the world. He's doing media things. But if you work at an insane asylum and you're just around him with a butterfly net, please do catch him and bring him to your facility and treat him, because his list of the top 3 candies for Halloween, criminal.
All right, here's what he posted. He said, "Happy Halloween, time for my top 3 candy list this year. If I went trick-or-treating and only got these 3 candies, I'd be the happiest man in America." Here are the list, okay? In at number 3, Whoppers. So he is not underrating them. He rates them.
I enjoy a Whopper. I think they're underrated. Are they a top 3 candy? Absolutely not.
Well, buddy, if you think Whoppers is a stretch, buckle in. In at number 2. Now, again, this is his list. It's his facho. It's his mouth. It's his everything. He's eating it. He can enjoy what he enjoys, but the rest of us can say, not for me.
All right, what's the second best Halloween candy?
Circus peanuts.
Out of your
Stop.
You're out of your damn. This is like Dan Orlovsky trolling people now.
I think I almost wonder if that's not what it is, where he's just trying to get some attention for this. But then again, I'm told by people who really know Joshua. I've only met him a few times. He's a very lovely man, but I'm told this is like genuine from him, that he really likes these.
All right, what's number 1?
Number 1 candy. He said, if I went trick-or-treating and only got these 3 candies, I'd be the happiest man in America. Not like I'd take them, not like they're okay. This is the best you can do. Whoppers, Circus Peanuts. Number 1, Werther's. The only one of these 3 that I would even entertain as being like a decent candy that I sometimes enjoy is a Werther's. But again, that's a sucking candy. If I want candy, I usually want something chewy that I can eat pieces of. I don't want to put one in my mouth and then wait a half an hour.
This is going to come off as anti-Werther's. I'm not. I enjoy a butterscotch.
Yeah.
All right? They're very good. But if that's the number one candy for trick-or-treating in the world, I don't know what country I live in. I really don't.
This is his world
and
that he
wrong.
lives in.
His world is bizarre.
He's not wrong.
Yes, he should be arrested.
Listen.
There are some people that are so wrong, they should be arrested.
No, he's saying for him, this is what makes him happy. That's not my fault. And I would, again, if he said no one else can disagree with this list, fine. He's saying this is what he eats.
Keep your fetishes to yourself, though. All right,
I don't.
No, if that's what like Odell Beckham Jr., you don't want people to wipe, fine. If that turns you on, go ahead. You're not bothering me. But when you announce it to people,
you're bothering you.
You're bothering me, right?
So
Joshua Perry with his chestnut peanuts, circus peanuts, and Werther's, you're bothering me.
Okay. I understand that. I do think this got him like 40,000 views. So people are paying attention to this. This got him some
because they're
looks.
concerned for his welfare.
I know. We should. We had Uncle Beau on earlier. Beau Bishop. He reached out and said, "I'm concerned for you. Are you okay?" Like I mean, a lot of people who know him were like, "Hey, I gotta talk to you. I gotta see what's going on. Make sure you're all right."
Let's talk about some all-time names. College basketball season is approaching. And that means a lot of names.
Yes, this is there's an internet account, NCAA Buzzer Beaters, that put out their list of the best names in college basketball. I'm going to start with the first team and work down. We have first team, second team, and then honorable mention.
All right,
okay,
let's go.
You're the six that are on the first team, because I don't know why we have six, but we do. From Rhode Island, guard, last name W-R-I-G-H-T, Wright. First name, always. Always Wright. Next up, guard for NC Central, Po-Boy King.
Po-Boy King.
Po, P-O, apostrophe, B-O-I-G-H. Po-Boy King. Next up from Kansas City, guard, Gob Gob.
Gob Gob.
All right. Oregon forward, Big Ten guy, Supreme Cook.
Nice.
Let him
he
cook.
Better be able to throw it down in the kitchen.
Let him cook, yeah. Guard/forward from Utah Tech. What a name. Tennessee Rainwater. So, I mean, that sounds like an album that you would listen to and
that's a James Taylor album.
Right, Tennessee Rainwater. Right. And then finally, now this guy, he's from Liberty. He's a center. His name is Kai and then YU. So put all that together.
K-A-Y.
Yeah. Space. YU. So on its surface, if you're not familiar with this part of
Caillou,
I believe is how you would pronounce that. That's what I'm guessing. And if you're familiar with the children's show Caillou, you just involuntarily started shaking and said, "Please,
I've never heard of that show. I don't know it.
Good. I'm glad it's diminishing in popularity. It's not spelled that way. It's spelled K-A or C-A-I-L-L-O-U. Caillou. It's a show about a little kid that everyone hates who's watched it. It's stupid. All right, second team. This is, we're going to start off in Cincinnati. Guard for them. Buckeyes must have played against this guy, Jizzle James.
Oh, my guy, Jizzle James.
J-I-Z-Z-L-E.
Is that on his birth certificate, Jizzle?
Jizzle, I don't know. It's on his roster name, Jizzle James. Michigan guard, Big Ten guy, Fat Brooks.
That's not his real.
Fat is spelled P-H-A-T, just in case you're wondering. Then you have, this is clever, whoever this guy's parents were, for Wagner, forward, player's name, last name is Bounds with a B as in boy, Bounds. First name, Churchill. Churchill Bounds.
Come on.
Come on. What
is Phil McCracken on this list?
Did you name your kid? And for 5 minutes at the hospital, everyone's like, "Oh, Churchill Bounds," and then for the next 18 years, this kid's like, "Yeah, my name's Churchill Bounds. Yep, my dad was into horse racing, I guess."
A 6'11" power forward, Ben Dover. Dover.
This is from. Is this Ryder? He is a guard. Snooky Wigington.
My guy.
I like it. And finally, this one's hard to read because it's in yellow. It's Clyron Hornbeak.
I was nervous there for a second.
I know. I can't even tell what school this is. Because it looks like it might.
Hey, Hornbeak.
Hang on. It might be Kent State. I can't see the logo. I can't see anything. It looks like it's Kent State.
All right.
Clyron Hornbeak. So, yeah, I didn't get to the all honorable mention, but there's other good ones there. My favorite of the honorable mentions one is a kid whose last name is Fuchs. Peter Fuchs. Now, hang on. Junior is the part I really like the best.
Why would someone do that to someone else?
Fuchs.
I had
a
to do
kid.
it.
He's like, this kid's going to carry on my...
That's right.
I'd be like, this kid's name is Jeff Smith. I'm just changing his name completely. Peter Fuchs.
All right, I got a pet peeve about something.
All right.
I have a pet peeve about something, and I have a thought about Michigan and Oregon this weekend. That's next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to hit some stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 15-minute delay on westbound 670 between 71 and I-70. And we have a 10-minute slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side between James Road and Bryce Road. This report is sponsored by Norton 360. Outsmart cyber criminals this October with Norton 360. For Cybersecurity Awareness Month, Norton 360 offers a software updater feature to reduce vulnerabilities. Get comprehensive protection and up to 58% off your first year at norton.com/secure. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Welcome to Reverse Aesthetics. Our medical weight loss program includes popular medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide, both of which are supercharged by our body sculpting treatments. For only $2.99 per month, under the supervision of our board-certified medical doctor, Reverse Aesthetics can help you achieve your weight loss goals while tracking progress quarterly. We have plenty of inventory and can begin treatment within 48 hours of your consult. Schedule now at reverse-aesthetics.com or call us at 614-656-4000.
We've seen it before. Politicians and lobbyists playing games, drawing voting maps to keep power in their hands, not ours. Courts have ruled Ohio's voting districts unconstitutional 7 times, while our communities have been left out again and again. But this November, you have a chance to change that with Issue 1. Issue 1 will make it illegal for politicians to manipulate voting districts for themselves or their own party. Instead, it creates an open, transparent process where a diverse group of citizens, not politicians, will draw the lines. No more backroom deals, no more gerrymandering, just fairer maps that represent our communities. Issue 1 gives you and me the power to ensure everyone's vote counts. This is about real change, a chance to end the games and make our voices heard. So vote yes on Issue 1, fair representation, and power to the people. Paid for by citizens, not politicians.
Nothing makes being outdoors better than having the right gear and the right crew. So here's an idea. Let Mountain Dew supply the gear and you bring the friends. Because when you buy specially marked multi-packs of Mountain Dew, you can collect points and earn epic limited edition outdoor gear. We're talking everything from custom Mountain Dew camp chairs and backpack coolers to exclusive Mountain Dew tents, fishing boats, and more. So buy Dew, collect points, get gear, and get outside with Mountain Dew outdoor gear.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+, subject to program terms at dewoutdoors.com and 12/31/24, void or prohibited.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change-anxiety. Picture an oil change that's quick, not rushed. When you hear the bell, feel yourself becoming light as a feather. Now, let go of your oil change-anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today. No automotive worry, no appointment needed.
Here, care is where you need it. With over 350 primary care providers in Central Ohio, expert care is minutes away. See how we care for all of you at mountcarmelforyou.com.
Get out there and have some fun in a new Toyota. With more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, anything's possible. Like the family-size Highlander with room for up to 8. Now through November 4th, you can lease a Highlander XLE all-wheel drive for $489 a month for 36 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now in the meat department, you can save big on bone-in pork back ribs. They're on sale for just $3.49 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Post Malone is teaming up with Raising Cane's to empower the next generation of artists. For a limited time, 2 exclusive double-sided Post Malone posters are available at Raising Cane's. So post up your combo at Cane's while supplies last and support a good cause. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
And from every dime a dog night in the Midwest,
Because he's fat.
here's Man and Bone.
Tomorrow, Bone and I broadcasting live from Hollywood Casino Columbus inside the ESPN Bet Sportsbook from 3 to 6, so stop on by and see us. Before we talk about Michigan and Oregon this weekend, and of course Buckeyes getting ready for a big matchup with Penn State, I have a little pet peeve, okay? So I'm browsing around today, and I see this all the time. This is not just once, it's all the time. And it's a headline that sounds something like this. So-and-so from your favorite 40-year-old sitcom is unrecognizable. And then it's pictures of that person out on the town, running errands, whatever they're doing. First of all, wouldn't it be weird if Al Borland looked like Al Borland from the show? Now he's a 70-year-old man.
Right. That
would be, we'd all call the police. It's not normal if he looks like he did when he was 35 years old on Tool Time or whatever the hell he was on.
Richard Karn, I believe, is the actor's name.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I saw the same thing with Matt LeBlanc from Friends today. Matt LeBlanc, obese and lost. And so I click on it. First of all, the last time you saw Joey Tribbiani was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
All right?
Go figure.
This guy's almost 60. He's got a little bit of a gut. He's got a baseball hat on, and he's going to Home Depot. What the hell you want him to look like?
Well, right. I think, again, there's probably been a lot of women in Hollywood who felt the same thing where it's like, oh, my gosh, this lady, she doesn't look like she used to. And it's like, well, that's because when you saw her movie that she's the most famous in, she was 22, 23 years old in the best shape of her life. Now she's 50. How many 50-year-old anybodies do you know that look like they did when they were 22, 23?
Right. Now tell me who the weird one is here. Now, first of all, Jennifer Aniston says she just puts oat cream on her face and that's it. Okay. BS.
Sure.
She's got a sandblaster and fillers and all that crap she puts on there. But I follow her on Instagram because I'm stupid. She's doing these fitness routines and she's dedicated and she's working out like crazy because she wants to keep herself looking a certain way. Fine.
Okay.
But you tell me who's more normal, her or her co-star who looks at his bank account and says, I have conservatively $80 million sitting in this bank account. What the hell do I want to do all that stuff for?
Well,
I'm going to let my gut go out and smoke a heater and go get some lumber.
That's what I'm saying. I totally don't understand it when we look at these actors and we're like, they don't look like they did 30 years ago. It's like, yeah, neither do I. Neither do you. Neither do most of us. And I get it if you're saying this is a working actor who has been in the business for a very long time and they continue to, get roles or something. Maybe you have a different expectation for that, but I'm not surprised when humans age, I guess, to your point.
Unrecognizable. Well, you recognized him.
Yeah.
How unrecognizable could he be? I clicked on the photo. I'm like, oh, it's Al Borland. I knew who he was. He's just older looking.
But I always think people say that where they're like, wow, they really let themselves go. Again, if you're in Hollywood, have you ever heard what actors go through to try? Again, don't shed a tear for actors. They get paid very well, the ones that we're talking about who are this level of celebrity, right? But if you listen to them talk about, oh, yeah, You got that movie 4 months from now, so you can't even look at a tomato, let alone anything like a donut or something. No, you got to eat like water and then frozen water and then maybe a little rice and chicken and then back to water and frozen water.
No rice.
Right. And then it's like they shoot the movie. This person is barely like they're keeping them alive with IVs and caffeine and whatever else. And then they get done with the movie and they instantly gain 20 pounds. People are like, this person let themselves go. It's like, no, they got back to where they should be as a normal human. That's what they did. They lived life.
Michigan is playing Oregon. Of course, we know Oregon went out there, lost, but it was close, and they're good, so we shouldn't worry about it. They're, 2 touchdown favorites against Michigan?
Yeah.
Or is it more?
It's 14-15.
Okay, 14-15. They're going to Michigan. Oregon is. I don't think Michigan's any good, but they did play better last week in a victory against Rutgers. What do we do if Michigan wins this game on Saturday? Don't give me the I root for Michigan every single week as long as you're not playing Ohio State line. Because you're all stupid. What do we do? Because the line has been all season long, yeah, but, Michigan's coming to our place and they're down and we don't have to worry about Ryan Day losing to Michigan this year. Are you going to feel the same way if Oregon walks in there and gets beaten by the Wolverine? Because I'll tell you what. If this Buckeye team goes to Penn State, and let's say, I don't think they're going to, but let's say they lose.
Sure.
And then Michigan beats Oregon, what type of hot magma is going to be boiling up in your bowels? Because I'll tell you what's going to be happening in my bowels, and it's not pretty.
Can you imagine if that's what it is? That happened Saturday, and then Sunday they're like, hey, guess what? You get an extra hour today. And you're like, great, an extra hour to worry about all of that. Because we're getting the time change and all that stuff.
I mean, it could be an ultimate disaster this weekend, right?
Well, then you are back at where you were at the end of last year, where you say, all right, are we ever going to beat Michigan again? Like, that's how I would feel if I saw that happen. If you lose to Penn State, which obviously we know that's better, but if Michigan finds a way to beat the team you've already lost to, and then you end up losing again to Penn State, yeah, it's wheels off at that point.
Well,
we're all like at that point, the car is on fire and we're all just hanging on for dear life.
Then, like Rittenberg was talking about this. If you missed Adam Rittenberg, go listen to the podcast. He's in the 3:00 hour. We talk to him every single Thursday. He covers football for ESPN, college football. He said, then if the Buckeyes lose this game, you're sort of keeping your fingers crossed that you can get in the playoffs at this point. Because you're then banking on that Indiana game to be a really, really big win for you.
You have to have that. There's nothing else. There's nothing else you have. Well, you have to have those 2 games, and then you have to hopefully somehow make the conference championship, which I don't know if you would at that point. Yeah, that's a scenario I don't want to envision.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think Oregon goes in there and wins. I think the Buckeyes go to Happy Valley and win this weekend. I'm just saying there is a scenario where we all just drink ourselves into a stupor on Saturday night.
Dude, there's a scenario where Ohio State beats Penn State by like 10, and then Michigan just drops this game like we expect them to. Oregon rolls. And I'm still going to feel that way about the rest of the season because I would then be I'm saying my brain will go even if they win by if they blow up Penn State by 35 points, then yeah, there's a number that I wouldn't feel that way. But let's live in reality. If they win by like 10 possibly, which still seems like that could be a tough stretch, I would still then go, well, yeah, but Drew Aller, James Franklin is always weird in this game. He doesn't know how to coach in this game. He can beat everybody else. Like, I still wouldn't feel like, oh, it's all fixed now. I would say, well, we beat Penn State, which is a thing we are better at doing than we are with most other teams that end up in the top 5 when they get there. But that wouldn't solve all the problems. If your scenario happens, I got to chill. I just got a little shiver.
At least you got Jameis Winston, right?
Oh,
excited about that.
With the Browns, sure.
Excited about that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Back page coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to run into a couple minute slowdown on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue. And we also have a couple minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between Hudson Street and Cook Road. This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on everything you need to refresh your wardrobe and home for fall. Get low prices every day on unique finds at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at macysbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Men, you already know that as we age, low testosterone can cause many issues, including decreased energy, bad sleep, a lower sex drive, and more. And if you're like most men, getting treated for low T can truly change your life. But it's also important where you get treated, because your health matters, and a quality medical practice that has true expertise in men's sexual health can help you get the best outcome. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in treating low T and other men's sexual health issues in the area. And if you're feeling like I just described and haven't yet sought treatment, or if you're not satisfied with the treatment you're currently receiving, I'd invite you to call us. At Tri-State Men's Health, our expertise is men's sexual health. It's all we do. We've successfully treated thousands of men for low T, and we offer a true 5-star experience that is like no other. If you're like most men, you'll be astounded at our service and at the results of our treatments. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Hello, I am a serious announcer hired to deliver a serious announcement. Get an Apex Pros winter tune-up for your furnace right now for only $29. Notice we are simply giving you the facts. Just $29 to make sure your furnace is ready for the upcoming Ohio winter. We know how you enjoy our usual fun and funny commercials. Hello? Beg pardon? Well, I see no reason to bring my mother into this. Good day to you, sir. Where was I? Oh, yes. A $29 tune-up will make sure your furnace runs safely and warmly all winter. That's serious. I'm serious. That's why we're not doing the usual that you've come to expect from Apex Pros. None of this or this nonsense. $29 for a furnace tune-up from Apex Pros. The pros who knows? Knows? Is that really how you say it? The pros who...
Apex Pros, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
If you miss a little, you'll miss a lot. Search for your favorite fan shows wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe. Every episode comes right to your phone absolutely free. Modern technology, it's a hell of a thing. Do it now. The Fan.
Hey, it's Common Man and T-Bone. We've got an appearance coming up at our favorite place to do all our banging, Hollywood Casino Columbus.
We're going to be live Friday, November 1st at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside the casino for the top 5 matchup in Happy Valley.
Plus, you can win tickets to the big college football game in Columbus featuring our friends from the Hoosier State on November 23rd. We're giving those away this Friday.
The key is Friday. Come or you're dead to us. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
We've seen it before. Politicians and lobbyists playing games, drawing voting maps to keep power in their hands, not ours. Courts have ruled Ohio's voting districts unconstitutional 7 times, while our communities have been left out again and again. But this November, you have a chance to change that with Issue 1. Issue 1 will make it illegal for politicians to manipulate voting districts for themselves or their own party. Instead, it creates an open, transparent process where a diverse group of citizens, not politicians, will draw the lines. No more backroom deals, no more gerrymandering, just fairer maps that represent our communities. Issue 1 gives you and me the power to ensure everyone's vote counts. This is about real change, a chance to end the games and make our voices heard. So vote yes on Issue 1, fair representation, and power to the people. Paid for by citizens, not politicians.
Saturday is game day on The Fan.
Sponsored by Riker Chevy.
Every game, every season, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Buckeye Show coming up at the top of the hour. The fine host of the Buckeye Show, your friend and mine, Timmy Hall. And he's here with his friend, Tyvis Powell.
Oh, you guys.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Are the girls out trick-or-treating?
They are. This is the second year in a row that I will miss it, but the lovely wife is going with her friend, and they're all going to have like a little powwow and go out to do it together. So I don't feel as bad.
What are they dressed up as?
My oldest is Sleeping Beauty, and my youngest is Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Look at that. Into the Disney princesses.
Yep. Yes. That's all I've seen Beauty and the Beast, no lie, 100 times in like a month. It's all they want to watch. And then it just goes from there. Sleeping Beauty.
Do you not find that movie disturbing? I find it very disturbing.
Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah.
Why is it disturbing?
Well, I mean, she's...
Well, first of all...
It's a beast.
Wait a minute.
It's a big animal.
Which one are you watching? Because it's 3 versions that on Disney Plus.
He's an original. He's an OG.
So
cartoon.
It's the cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon.
There's the play.
No, I didn't see that.
There was a play.
It was like a musical, which is the one that my daughters actually enjoy the most. And then there's the movie with the actual real people.
They did all these where they took all the Disney movies. Like they've done 3 or 4 of those where they had live actors like Little Mermaid. They did this.
I've seen all 3 of them.
I mean, really.
And it wasn't until like a month ago I didn't realize that the Beast was actually a prince that got turned into a beast.
What did you think it was?
Well, first of all,
somebody was tuned out for
as
these
a
movies.
kid. As a kid,
hey, I was
totally
too.
just skipped Beauty and the Beast.
I'm
to
with
be
you,
honest,
Tyvis.
I skipped that movie. Like that Pocahontas, I skipped them. Like it was Toy Story, Space Jam, and then it went straight to Mortal Kombat.
We didn't do Aladdin though. You had no Aladdin.
Aladdin, Hercules, all of those. But then it went to Mortal Kombat and all Bruce Into the Dragon and stuff like that.
I know what you mean about Sleeping Beauty. Is that the one? No, see, I got it wrong. Beauty and the Beast is the one with Gaston, the drinker, right?
Yes,
guy can't lay off.
That's what we're talking about.
This is what we're talking about right now.
Oh, what
is that the disturbing part?
Sleeping Beauty? What
I don't know. She's tired. She falls asleep.
She's asleep. They put a spell on her. She's asleep, and Prince Charming has to come wake her up. I think.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think
so
that's
what is
right.
Princess and the Frog?
It's a
Pretty much
That's another.
It's pretty much like Beauty and the Beast
but
with a frog.
it's a frog.
Then it's the Little Mermaid. I got all this
You got
stuff going
Snow
on.
White.
Snow White is the one with the dwarves.
That's the
right? But
dwarves, yeah.
Are we? Can we call them
Okay,
that?
so Snow
They're
White.
called the 7 Dwarves.
Yeah, that's what
their
they're
name.
called,
That's
Timmy.
what they're called.
I'm
yeah.
pretty
I don't know if
sure-
they did a Disney change to the name of the movie or
I'm
something.
pretty sure Snow White is the doll that my youngest daughter goes to sleep with. I'm pretty sure.
Does she have like a blue top and yellow
pants?
chest?
Yeah, that's her. That's it.
Sleeping Beauty. There you go.
You can tell that.
All right, or Snow White. I'm sorry.
I'm
Sleeping
tuned out.
Beauty's the other one.
Like I look at it
anyway,
and then I'm tuned out.
Beauty and the Beast always creeped me out because
it's a boob.
she got lucky at the end that he turned back into a man because she was fully prepared to spend the rest of her life with the animal dong.
Not every relationship is built on dong. Can I just say
on,
that?
man.
I mean, some relationships
What are we doing here?
They're built on love.
You don't think they were going to do it at some point?
It's a Disney movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't even exist.
Wow,
What do you mean it doesn't exist?
It doesn't exist. You look at it's like a Hallmark Christmas movie. You look into the person's eyes,
Isn't it?
And then that's doing it.
Isn't
You just look at the person. You go,
Comment, isn't it things that you got to look past like that? For instance,
The fact that the love of my life is a huge animal? No, I can't look past it. Sorry.
you would feel protected. Though.
If I walked in the house right now, like, hey, honey, how? And she just turned into this big hulking hairy mass.
You would never have to worry about anybody messing with you.
That's right.
Her, she'd be messing with me.
Oh, she loves you. She cares about you.
and you do it.
Oh, I would do it.
Snap right into gear.
What's coming up on the Buckeye Show? Come on.
We have got our very special Halloween edition. It'll be one part fun and, of course, another part getting ready for one of the biggest football games, maybe in the whole Ryan Day era. And something, we'll have Tyson Gentry on. I'm very looking forward to talking to him. That's at 6:48. Nicole Sheeran, by the way, on a Full Throttle Thursday. She'll be with us for almost the entire 6 o'clock hour, so three-wheeling it here. And in the 7 o'clock hour, we've never done this, but we're going to have a live intervention with one Joshua Perry. There's something
you have to do it.
We're going to talk to him about it. Okay.
You have to do it. Something wrong with this guy.
It's just wrong. And Joshua Perry has agreed to come on. We're going to have an intervention with him. 7:19. Don't miss it.
Can I tell you something? We have to talk to him.
We have
to. You know what? But you don't have to call him Joshua. He's Josh.
Thank you.
He's Josh because of
until he
the
gets
circus
right.
peanuts.
Yeah.
That's right. Buckeye show, top of the hour,
Circus
2 big
what?
hours. Peanuts.
Peanuts. Yes. Circus peanuts. Yep. There we go.
What's he saying there, Tyvus? Listen closely. This is former Bears coach Matt Nagy singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game at Wrigley Field. He contends he said peanuts. There's no way. No.
100%. There's no
he
T.
1,000% put the IS on that.
The old IS.
Where is he from? He might got an accent, maybe.
No. There's no accent where you substitute penis for peanuts.
The letter T and the
I'm
word
trying
peanut?
to help him out here.
You can't say that at a baseball game.
The Back Page. The Back Page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Sorry, Lindsay. Hey, Bone.
Here's the thing, Mike. We're all getting old, and I keep having moments where I see stuff that go, wow, that makes me feel old. This is one that I think will add a new group of people to that because every year it's a new sports figure whose son or kid plays on a sports team that I'm aware of. Like I just found out that Cal basketball is going to have a walk-on this year whose name is Stephon Marbury II because that's how old we are.
Starbury Jr.
himself, Stephon Marbury, now has a son who's old enough to play college basketball. He is playing, and in fact, he's going to be a walk-on on
He's
Cal.
walking on.
What was the department store, Bone, that sold his gear?
David
Buster's?
No, Stephen Barry.
Stephen Barry.
Stephen Barry, not David Buster's.
Starberry's $15.
I stopped myself and Jimmy
David USA and then picked up some shoes.
Lord. Stephen Barry.
Hit up that Papa Shop machine.
Yeah, that's right.
I get enough tickets, I'll get those shoes.
That's exactly right. We got to go.
We do?
Yeah. We're late.
Happy Halloween to everybody. Tomorrow we're live at the casino. Stop on by and see us. Buckeye show's next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should watch out for an accident on northbound 71's off-ramp to 161 on the north side that's causing delay. And you can expect a 15-minute slowdown on eastbound 33 between 104 and Gender Road. We also have slow traffic on eastbound 670 between 3rd Street and 71. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants you to breathe out your oil anxiety and breathe in automotive peace. Visit them today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy rates as low as 9.90% APR with a Visa Platinum credit card from BMI FCU. BMIFCU.org/Visa.
Is a fan action update.
Visit primesportsbook.com and use the promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100. Ohio State faces a top 10 team this week in Penn State. They're 6-14-1 against the spread, covering just 2 of their last 10 versus top 10 teams. Ohio State's 3-8 straight up and 2-9 against the spread in top 5 matchups. For your Prime Sports action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Hey folks, Austin Ward here, and we all know consistency is key in sports. Think about it. No matter how many points you put up in one game, it's the team that stays consistent that ends up winning a championship. The problem? Consistency is hard. For years, that's how I felt about my weight. I'd start strong, but could never stay the course. Then I found Awaken 180 weight loss, and now consistency isn't just a word, it's my reality. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. After dropping 12 pounds in my first week, I went on to lose 52 pounds total. Lost weight every week. Since then, the scoreboard has read the same every single month. October, 189 pounds. September, 189 pounds. August, 190. Okay, maybe a pound off. July, 189. The weight just stays off and for free. Awaken 180 clients don't pay a dime in free maintenance for life. It's like free oil changes for the rest of your life. If you're looking for results that last, do what we all did and choose the solution for weight loss. It's online at awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
When you bring Pella Columbus to your home, you get local, personal attention from an award-winning window and door crew.
Yep. Our crew is full of award winners, too.
Well, that's great, Wilson.
Yeah. Jerry alone has won the hot dog eating competition 2 years straight at the company picnic.
Well, that's not really the type of award I was talking about.
Still counts as an award.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
A vote for Sherrod Brown is a vote against Donald Trump. Sherrod Brown has spent 31 years in Washington, D.C., backing radical liberal policies.
Late-term partial birth abortion, where the baby is partially delivered alive. Trans biological men in girls' sports and bathrooms. Puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for children. Amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants.
Brown's liberal policies are the opposite of the Trump agenda, and Brown would oppose Trump at every turn. To undo the damage of the last 4 years, President Trump and Ohio need Republican Bernie Moreno in the Senate. 6 more years of Sherrod Brown? He's for they, them, not you. Sherrod Brown has let us down. He's way too liberal for Ohio.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
All new tonight, a Columbus teacher buried in debt with no end in sight.
We weren't making any headway paying it ourselves.
In a cycle they couldn't escape.
If you start falling behind, they're that albatross around the neck.
When it seemed hopeless, a way out appeared.
It was just a matter of looking for that help.
Discover the resources helping families turn the tide on debt.
Consumer 10. All new tonight on 10 TV News at 6 and streaming on 10 TV Plus.
The stars of our show.
I am your host, Ryan Seacrest. The Wheel You Love is back. Yes! Let's have some fun. This season will truly be unlike any other. This has never happened before on Wheel of Fortune. With bigger trips. Yeah, baby. Bigger prizes. I'd love to take you backstage to the iHeartRadio Music Festival. And bigger surprises. There it is.
What a great show.
Let's do it again tomorrow.
Wheel of Fortune. Weeknights at 7:30 on 10 TV.
Looking for a trusted heating and cooling company? James Laurinaitis here for Custom Air. When I come home from a football game, I know that I'm walking into comfort. That's because Custom Air is on my team. When Custom Air does my semi-annual maintenance checkup, I trust them to spot any issues early on, so it'll save me money down the road. Don't let your HVAC call for a timeout this season. Tackle fall and winter like a pro. Go to customairco.com and schedule your maintenance today.